And welcome, friends, to our broadcast today, Game 2, in fact, here on your liveevent.com. Coming to you from sunny, warm Pine River. Devin Kruger here with you for game number 2 for the Pine River-Backus Tigers. As for this one, they're taking on the Tigers of Browerville-Eagle Valley. Thanks for joining us. It is our Station 371 pregame show here for high school softball. Pine River-Backus started off the day playing Lake of the Woods in a Northwoods Conference game. They got the win in comeback fashion, 7-5. Now taking on Browerville-Eagle Valley in Game 2. Taking a look at our pregame show sponsor, a huge thanks, of course, all season long with PRB coverage, Station 371. Restock on food, fuel, and bait at locally owned Station 371 in Pine River. Bait, tackle, quality Cenex gasoline, and they're one of the only area fuel stations with kerosene and off-road diesel. Of course, fishing opener this weekend. Get those licenses with Station 371 in Pine River. Taking a look at our two clubs as Browerville-Eagle Valley taking infield, outfield warm-ups. Pine River-Backus is going to skip those today, at least for game 2, especially because it's real warm out, as we take a look at our two clubs coming in. Interesting point for these two. No history to speak of. From what I could, the research I could take was about 20 years worth, and did not find a single softball meeting in varsity between Browerville-Eagle Valley and Pine River-Backus. Both teams, black, orange, and white, both the Tigers, and so it's a good thing that one's wearing orange and one's wearing white, or else it might be confusing out there here today. But really interesting, could not find another meeting between these two teams, so it looks like this is the first ever, or at least the first in a really long time meeting for softball between Browerville-Eagle Valley and Pine River-Backus. For Browerville-Eagle Valley, they're out of Section 6A. They're coming in with a record of 7-4, 8 runs a game, 7.3 runs allowed. They're on a bit of a streak. They've won 4 of their last 5, including a win on Friday, 7-3 versus Long Prairie Gray Eagle. For Pine River-Backus, with the victory, with the 7-5 victory over Lake of the Woods, that puts PRB's record now at 6-7. PRB, of course, will play in Section 5A tournament, so this win for the PRB Tigers would be pretty big. That would get them to 500 here at game number 14. The Tigers averaging PRB Tigers averaging 7.2 runs a game, allowing 6.4. Browerville-Eagle Valley, 8 runs a game, 7.3 allowed. So pretty similar numbers. Both of these teams can put up runs, but both have been susceptible to giving up runs today, or throughout the season as well. That's how the teams shake out. We do have both coaches on hand, and we are going to try to get those interviews next. Up first, we'll go to Jeff Myers, head coach of the Browerville-Eagle Valley Tigers, and then chat with Ben Kinzer, head coach of the PRB Tigers. So we'll have that coming up. It is the Station 371 pregame show for high school softball today here on your liveevent.com.
Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River. Community Bowl and Pizzeria serves the best pizza in the Lakes area. Or feast on burgers, great appetizers, huge calzones, hoagies, and wings. They invite you to bring the whole family in for a great time. Open bowling offered 7 days a week. Ask about joining a league. Moonlight Bowling is every Saturday evening. Ask about group rates, birthday parties, and other specials at Community Bowl and Pizzeria, downtown Pine River, 218-587-3100.
Shrub Excavating LLC is ready to serve you with any excavation project. Shrub Excavating provides residential and commercial new construction site prep, demolition, road and driveway construction, basement septic system design and installation, stump or brush removal, and delivery of sand, gravel, rock, dirt, and more. 42 years and still digging it right. Shrub Excavating will have your project done right and on time, serving Pine River-Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Shrub Excavating LLC. Online at shrubexcavating.com.
We are back on the Station 371 pregame show, as joining us now is the head coach of Browerville-Eagle Valley, Jeff Myers. And, well, I think first and foremost, we finally have some gorgeous weather to play some ball in. Coach, thanks for a couple minutes before this matchup.
It's been beautiful out. I'm a guy who doesn't like the heat, so I'm already starting to complain about the heat, but I can't complain too much because we played a lot of games in the rain, wind, cold, so.
Well, we're going to get along just fine because I'm in the same boat. I got the sweat rolling already today.
But,
yeah,
me too.
But we're glad the sun is shining.
Absolutely.
You're in town to take on Pine River-Backus, and
I could not see any history between these two clubs. How excited are you to come into an environment like this and play kind of a brand new opponent at this point of the season?
Yeah, as far as I know, we've not played them. I've been coaching 9 years, and I don't think we've played them so far. I love playing new teams. It's always fun to see a different team. Sometimes you get a little stagnant with some of your scheduling and some of the teams you get to play. So, yeah, exciting. Pine River's got a good program historically, so always fun to come and play somebody different.
Well, let's talk about your Tigers. 7-4 coming in. You've won 4 of your last 5. What do you feel has been the key components to a nice uptick at this point of the year?
Pitching and defense. I mean, that's kind of the key we hang our hat on. Early in the season, we had some struggles defensively and pitching that we typically haven't had. So to get some of that stuff turned around, or at least we're heading in the right direction, that's been really positive for us these last couple weeks.
You know, specifically coming off the win on Friday, and of course you go right back into it on a Monday. You got that 7-3 win over LPGE. You know, what are some things that stood out to you about what your team executed well?
Short game. We do a lot of small ball stuff, so we've been harping on the girls all year. We got to execute when the situation arises. Getting our bunts down, running bases aggressively. That stuff all kind of came together last game. Our last couple games really, well, that's been key for us.
With the scoring 8 runs a game offensively, and with the small ball approach, I mean, what do you kind of, how's your lineup made up? Are you good top to bottom? Do you have some of those key spots where if you need a key hit, you want certain girls at the plate? How does your roster shake up?
Yeah, it's kind of mixed around. Some of the girls we didn't totally expect to be hitting really well at this point of the season are hitting pretty well, and we're kind of leaving them in their spot, not to put too much pressure on some of our younger girls. So. But we're getting contributions from everybody. It seems like a different game. Somebody else always steps up. We're not hitting the ball as a team as well as we'd like to be hitting right now. But again, that's to be expected when we have so many young girls out there playing for us.
I know you and I were talking beforehand where you've had to really shake things up a lot due to injuries this year, even more than you've been accustomed to. What's the positive side of that as you get into the second half of the season and this team has still been finding ways to win?
Yeah, that you hit the nail on the head there. 12 games in, I think I'm not even kidding, this is our 12th different lineup. This was going to be back my 2 games in a row where I had the same lineup, but we're dealing with some more stuff tonight. Positives come out of that. You get to see some other girls in some big situations, and we've had some girls, like I said before, step up when their number's called, when we're dealing with a couple injuries, and the more girls you have that are ready for the playoffs, the better, right? I mean, that's where we're sitting right now.
Should be a fun one here today, Coach. Obviously, again, a beautiful day here in Pine River. Thank you so much for the time, Jeff. Good luck to you and the BEV Tigers today.
Hey, I'm excited. Thanks. We appreciate you.
Jeff Myers, head coach for Browerville-Eagle Valley, joining us as we break. More on the pregame right after this on yourliveevent.com.
Right now. Today, more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. That's why Enbridge is advancing new technologies to reduce emissions, like carbon capture and hydrogen power. By putting in the work today, we're bridging to a cleaner energy future. Tomorrow is on. Enbridge. Life takes energy.
We are back on the Station 371 pregame show for the second game here in Pine River, and Ben Kinzer, the coach of the PRB Tigers, is joining us. When you get the Tigers versus Tigers, I always get screwed up, Ben. It's great to be here for this one, and coming off a nice comeback win. Thanks for joining us for round 2.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Darren.
Obviously, the 7-5 come from behind win. Low scoring game all the way until the back end. What stood out to you about the way your girls had the resolve to come back and win that one late?
I thought we had a better energy. I was sitting here in the 6th inning kind of looking at our bench versus their bench, and they were all sitting down. My girls were up on the fence screaming, and I feel like we just kind of willed ourselves to get over that hump. And we've had so many close games this year that it was good for us to come out on top of one.
Well, and so that puts you at 6 and 7. And usually when you see those records, you have that, the kind of ups and downs of the season. You're now kind of firmly into the home stretch. This is game number 14. Where do you just feel in general, Ben, that this team is right now?
I feel like we're right on the cusp of being a real good contender. I think we're right on that. We have our moments of brilliance, and then we have our moments where we looked pretty rough. And I think I've been telling the girls that, like, if we can just clean up a couple of those small little things, we're going to be right in the conversation when it comes to playoff time.
This is an interesting matchup because Browerville-Eagle Valley, as far back as I could look, which I think was close to 20 years, I could not see a matchup between these two teams. Coming off a conference game where there's some familiarity, what's your approach to a game where you really probably don't know much of anything about your opponent?
Yeah, I don't. I even tried to get a couple scouting reports from coaches that have played them and didn't get nothing back. So we'll just go out there and we'll try and play our game. And, you know, it's fun because it's a non-section, non-conference game for us. So it gives us an opportunity to try a couple things against the team we know we're not going to play, you know, unless we happen to both match up at, like, the state tournament or something, you know. So, I mean, it gives us a chance to run a few plays that we've been practicing but haven't actually put into a game yet.
Which will be extra interesting because I haven't seen you yet this year. You're going with Ariana Burns in the circle. Tell us, you know, what she brings and what you're hoping to see from her in this matchup.
I'm hoping to see consistency from her. That's been the one spot where she's struggled a little bit, is throwing strikes. She has very good speed. She's got really good movement, and she can change speeds pretty well if she gets ahead in the count. But it's just getting a consistent release point that she's been struggling with. She's really good off of flat ground in the gym. Then for whatever reason, when we get out on a little bit of dirt, it changes up a little bit. So that's kind of what I'm looking for her. I think a good percentage is 60 to 66% strikes to balls, and so that'll be kind of, we'll look at her through the first couple innings, see where she's at, and if we need to make a switch, we will.
And that was Ben Kidzer, head coach for the Pine River-Backus Tigers, as we're going to get things started a couple minutes early here. So we thank Station 371 for sponsoring our pregame show. Today's coverage also brought to you by Country Doc Veterinary Clinic in Pine River, Tremolo Communications, the Backus Locker, Laco Heating and Air in Pine River, Watt Computer Solutions in Jenkins, Bliss Salon and Boutique in Pequot Lakes, and 218 Fitness in Pine River. Let's take you through the starting lineups. Browerville-Eagle Valley 7-4 on the season for head coach Jeff Myers. Leading off will be sophomore pitcher Bristol Bruder. Batting second will be junior catcher Miley Reidel. Batting third, senior shortstop Allison Sabula. Hitting cleanup in right field, sophomore Elsie Puck. Hitting fifth at first base, freshman Lydia Reed. Batting sixth for the BEV Tigers, freshman third baseman Olivia Brown. The designated player is hitting seventh, freshman Allie Bartle, and she is batting for senior second baseman, the flex Ava Lawrence. Batting seventh is freshman left fielder Bella Berg, and rounding out the order for Browerville-Eagle Valley, senior center fielder Madison Browen. Ariana Burns is set, and our first pitch is a called strike as we are underway here in the top of the first inning. Browerville-Eagle Valley and Pine River-Backus. Browerville-Eagle Valley 7-4, and here's a swing and a pop foul out of play. And Ariana Burns quickly ahead of Bristol Bruder at 0-2. Burns on the year 0-1 a record, just 3 2/3 innings pitched. The ERA at 9.55. Getting the start here, non-section, non-conference game. Here's a swing and a bouncer. Left side, Chulinchik at short. The knee-high hop, the throw to Lewis off the top of the glove. The runner safe, and Bruder's going to take off for second. There will be no throw. That will be an error on the first baseman. The throw was a little bit on the home plate side, but certainly looked catchable. Lewis outstretched and went off the top of her glove. And the leadoff runner on for Browerville-Eagle Valley. That brings up Miley Reidel. Burns on the year, 3 strikeouts, 7 walks, and there's a first pitch and a called strike. It's 0-1 to the Browerville-Eagle Valley Tigers junior catcher. Just underway, game 2. Pine River-Backus coming off the 7-5 win over Lake of the Woods. And now the little off speed, off the plate outside, 1 ball, 1 strike to Reidel. Bristol Bruder on with the error. She is at second. Not the greatest way you want to start a game. Here's a square up, and it's pulled back as Riley hops out of her crouch. Bruder stayed put. The pitch was high. 2 balls and a strike to Miley Reidel. Corner is now in for the PRB Tigers defensively. Here's another square up, the 2-1, and it's popped foul. Went off the top of the bat as Reidel tried to lay down the bunt. Kept the bat up on the first 2 offerings. Now the foul back. And it's 2-2. I did ask Coach Kinzer if he was a little worried about fatigue because for the first time this year, it's a nice warm, very warm day. Here's the 2-2, and that one in the dirt, and that one going to hop away from Riley just enough. That'll be a wild pitch, and Bruder takes third. Good job by Riley, but the wild pitch moves Bruder up 60 feet, and it's a runner at third with nobody out, and it's a full count now to Miley Rydell. And the pitch in the dirt again. And Coach Kinzer talked about with Burns, wanted to see that consistency. He had 3 strikes against Bruder and now loses Rydell to a walk. First and third, so right away, Pine River-Backus is going to have to have their infield know what they want to do. Middle infielders will play double play depth. Corners are in for the senior shortstop, Allison Sabula. And the first pitch from Burns, low and inside in the dust. Runner's going to go to second. The throw goes to short. It'll be defensive indifference. Rydell taking second base. 1-0, the count to Allison Sabula. This is only Burns' second game pitch. Abby Gilbert and Bailey Crimmins. Gilbert doing the majority of the work for the Tigers in the circle. Here comes the 1-0, and this one high and outside. Riley has to quickly jump out to snare that one. Big threat early here with Browerville-Eagle Valley. Second and third, nobody out. And it's 2-0 to Sabula. Burns spins the ball with the right hand. Here's the rock and fire, and here's a swing and a liner just over Lewis at first into right field. Base hit, 1 run will score. Here comes Rydell. She will score, and it's a 2-run single just clearing with Lewis playing up at first. Sabula just clearing her glove, knocking in a pair of early runs for the visiting Browerville-Eagle Valley Tigers. That'll be 2 runs batted in. 1 run will be unearned as the leadoff runner was aboard with the error. And now it's a runner at first with nobody out for the sophomore Puck. And Puck, she puts in the same exact spot just over the outstretched hand of Aaliyah Lewis. On the first pitch, Elsie Puck goes opposite field, the exact same spot as Sabula just went. So now first and second, Browerville-Eagle Valley looking for a big start. Here's freshman first baseman Lydia Reed, one of 4 freshmen. The next 4 batters for Browerville-Eagle Valley are freshmen for head coach Jeff Myers in his 9th year. Here's Burns, rock and fire, and that fastball low and inside. Ball 1 to Reed. No stats on Browerville-Eagle Valley. Coach Myers having to juggle his lineup a lot this year. Here's a pitch high and outside. 2 balls, no strikes to Lydia Reed. And the PRB Tigers will have early work to do in this one. Nobody out. Now he square up and the ball in the dirt. Runners will advance on a wild pitch. 3-0 to Lydia Reed. Well, and this gets a little interesting. So you have a 3-0 count, an early lead. I wonder if, I'm thinking Coach Myers will give Reed the red light here. Here comes Burns' delivery, and that one is a strike. Reed actually took a step towards first, but she gets pulled back. 3-1. Coach Myers. Browerville-Eagle Valley, a 17-win team last year, 7-4 coming in. Here's a square up, and she tries to bunt. It's pushed foul. So on a 3-1 count, Reed tries to lay one down the first base side. Kind of a safety squeeze type play. And the count is full. Burns ready. Riley will give her the target. Here it comes, and it is a called strike 3 right at the bottom of the zone. And the first out is a Burns strikeout. 1 away here in the top of the first. Second and third for freshman third baseman Olivia Brown. 2 runs already in for Browerville-Eagle Valley here in the top of the first, and the first pitch from Burns is just above the zone, ball 1. Not a bad location, and Coach Kinzer said, Burns, good velocity I like that pitch just a bit above the letters. Very tempting for a hitter, but the young Brown didn't chase. She squares up early. Here's the pitch, pulls the bat back, takes low in the dirt, 2-0. At third is Sabula, who knocked in 2. Elsie Puck at second for the BEV Tigers. Breeze kicks up a mitt, which feels good. Now a pitch, and that one in the dirt. Here come the runners as one will score. Sabula will score. It's another wild pitch, and heading to third is Puck. It's now 3-0 on Olivia Brown as Browerville-Eagle Valley takes a 3-0 advantage here in the top of the first with one away. Burns have to buckle down here as here's the 3-0, and that one is upstairs, and Olivia Brown will take the walk. So back to runners at the corners here in the top of the first for the designated player, freshman Allie Bartle. That's Bartles. Bartles, the number 7 batter. Runners at the corners with one away. Here's the pitch from Burns. That one down low, and a very delayed steal. Burns, they're trying to entice a throw. They get it, and there it goes off the top of the glove of Johnson at second, and here comes another run for Browerville-Eagle Valley. That worked to perfection for Coach Myers as Olivia Brown just slowly walking towards second. She'll officially get credit for the stolen base, and then the throw was to the wide side on the first base side of Callie Johnson. Went off the top of her glove. We've seen 3 balls off the top of PRB gloves, and it's 4-0 in favor of Browerville-Eagle Valley. Runner at third with one out now. 1-0 the count to the designated player, Bartles. Bella Berg is due up next. The runner at third, here's the pitch. That one down low in the dirt. And here comes another run for Browerville-Eagle Valley. Well, the bases will be clear now as Olivia Brown had to advance to third on that errant throw. She comes in to score, so now it's kind of a reset. And sometimes it's not a bad thing. Browerville-Eagle Valley up to a big lead, but now nobody's on. 2-0 the count now to Bartles. Burns upstairs, 3-0. So Bella Berg will bat for sure. And Browerville-Eagle Valley, the big crooked number is that one up high, and on 4 pitches, it's another walk. That is 8 straight out of the zone. And another runner on as Ben Kinzer is going to take a timeout here. Pine River-Backus, a 6-7 record coming in. Browerville-Eagle Valley 7-4. 6 of the first 7 have reached base. Lydia Reed, the lone out via the strikeout. Coach Ben Kinzer out talking with Burns, asking how she's feeling and see if maybe he can calm things down if she wants to continue. Again, this is only her 2nd game pitched on the season. And Coach Kinzer just, changing things up with this being a non-conference, non-section matchup. As far as I can tell, the first meeting between these two teams. And a pretty long meeting out there just to talk it over. Only 4 pitchers have thrown for the Tigers this year. Again, Abby Gilbert has done a majority of the work. Bailey Crimmins has appeared in 4 games. Ariana Burns and Aaliyah Lewis have all pitched for the Tigers. Pretty long discussion, and the home plate umpire coming to break it up. And as for right now, Ariana Burns will stay in the circle for Pine River-Backus as freshman left fielder Bella Berg steps in. Runner at first, 1 out, top of the first inning, and Browerville-Eagle Valley with a 5-0 advantage early. And the first pitch is a fastball just below the zone, and after a good hop off of first, Bartles scurries back as Riley bluffed the throw back behind her. 1 ball, no strikes to Berg. Burns has to find that zone, and she misses high. It's 2-0. A leadoff error put a runner on for Browerville-Eagle Valley. They walk, a pair of singles, a strikeout, and back-to-back walks. Berg, a long look down at head coach Myers. Here's the 2-0, and there is a strike. 2-1 as Burns threw a good one on the outer half. And we'll see if she can find some consistency hitting that zone. Here's the 2-1 and a swing and a miss. Riley throws behind the runner, diving back with the head first slide is Bartles. Lewis playing up ahead of the bag and had to kind of lunge back. She takes a step back. You got a chance there. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Bella Berg. With 1 out and the runner on first, here it is. Swing and a miss. The runner goes, throw to second, and the tag, and Johnson dropped the ball. Oh, she had the ball on the hip, but the ball popped out of Johnson's glove. That, I think, would have been a strike him out, throw him out double play. Second strikeout for Burns for out number 2. An error will be charged to Johnson at second, as Bartles would have been out if she held on to the ball. And the first pitch to the number 9 batter, Madison Browen, is in for a strike. It's 0-1. Browerville-Eagle Valley batting around here in the first. Number 9 batter, the senior center fielder. And the next pitch inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Madison Browen. 5-0 lead for Browerville-Eagle Valley. 3 errors in the inning on Pine River-Backus. Now a square up and a bunt. Burns quickly to it, the bare hand, and she does not have a throw. Madison Browen and Coach Jeff Myers said that they will play the small ball game. And a really just a perfectly placed bunt. Third base side, ball only went about 6 feet in front of the plate. Burns did all she could, hustled to it barehanded, but no chance. And here comes Bristol Bruder up for the second time this inning as Browerville-Eagle Valley bats around and more here in the first. First pitch for Burns is in for a strike. The throw will go to second, and there's the tag this time. Johnson hangs on, and Caitlin Riley ends the inning. Madison Browen on a single pitch was heading towards second, slowed up with 2 outs. You got to be careful, and Caitlin Riley fired a strike. Kaylee Johnson hangs on, and the inning is over. But Browerville starts off strong. They get 5 runs in the top of the first inning. They do it on 3 hits. There were 3 Pine River-Backus errors, and there was 1 runner left on base. The PRB Tigers get their first chance at the plate when we come back. This is high school softball on yourliveevent.com.
Stock on food, fuel, and bait at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 is stocked with bait, tackle, and snacks for your fishing excursions, quality Cenex gasoline, and off-road diesel. Their inside and outside car washes are open. Make sure to stop by to keep your car shining bright in the sun. Don't forget your fishing and hunting license. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
Hannikin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's radio coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Pierce, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
We welcome you back. We head to the bottom of inning number 1. Browerville-Eagle Valley has staked their starter with a 5-0 advantage. As we take you through the Pine River-Backus batting order, leading off in center field will be Leah Eveland. Batting second at second base, Kaylee Johnson. Caitlin Riley behind the plate will bat third. Ariana Burns, the pitcher, hitting cleanup. Batting fifth at shortstop, Sawyer Chulinchek. Aaliyah Lewis is at first base, hitting sixth. Autumn Burns out in left field, hitting seventh. The designated player, Brooklyn Mills, hitting 8th. And third baseman, Shannon Rugroden, is hitting 9th. That's Evelyn, Johnson, Riley, Ariana Burns, Chulinchek Lewis, Autumn Burns, Mills, and Rugroden for the PRB Tigers. Pitching for Browerville-Eagle Valley is Bristol Bruder, and the first pitch is a called strike at the bottom of the zone, 0-1 to Leah Eveland. Eveland entered play today, hitting .229. With a pair of doubles and 10 runs scored. Here's the pitch. Here's a swing and a bouncer right side. Nice backhand at second base and the throw to first in time. Good backhanded by Lawrence. Or Lawrence, I should say. Pretty sharp hits grounder, but Lawrence makes the play. But the easy toss to Reed, 1 away in the bottom of the first. 5-0 Browerville-Eagle Valley. Here's Kaylee Johnson hitting .222 entering play today. Here's the pitch, and this one high and away. Johnson had a really good rip for a single and came around to score in the comeback win for PRB against Lake of the Woods. Nobody on and one away. Here's the pitch, and this one way upstairs, and it's 2-0 as Johnson gets ahead of Bruder. Rydell, the catcher for Browerville-Eagle Valley. Reed at first, Lawrence at second, Sabula at short, Olivia Brown at third. Bella Berg, Madison Brown, and Elsie Puck, the outfielders left to right. The 2-0, after a bit of a delay now, is this one down underneath the zone. 3-0 to the PRB Tigers second baseman. Kaylee way in front now. 3-0, and she checks her swing, and she draws a 4-pitch walk. So Pine River-Backus gets a runner on with one out for Caitlin Riley. Riley hitting .464 entering play today. A couple of doubles, a triple. 9 runs batted in. And here's a first pitch wide and a bluff throw by Rydell back to first. And now Bristol Bruder having a little early trouble finding the strike zone after the one-out walk. Here comes the 1-0 to Riley. A swing and a pop foul out of play. Look out, JV, and was almost caught by one of the JV players. That'd have been pretty cool. Good recognition over there. Put the glove up and nearly got it. 1 ball, 1 strike to Caitlin Riley, the PRB catcher. Here comes the pitch from Bruder. That one off the plate outside, and 2-1. Coach Kinzer talked about the energy for PRB, and he felt that was part of the factor of the comeback win in Game 1 today. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a drive to right field. This one's going to get back in the gap. This will be extra bases. Johnson hustling around third. The throw cut off. It'll be an RBI triple for Caitlin Riley, and the PRB Tigers are on the board. A triple to deep right center for Caitlin Riley with the RBI, at least her 3rd triple of the year, and with 1 out, Pine River-Backus looking for an answer. 1 in, and here comes Ariana Burns. The pitch from Bruder, a high pop, short right field, coming in as Puck. She will make the catch. Tagging is Riley. The throw to the plate will not be in time. Caitlin Riley slides in safe. It'll be a sac fly RBI to short right field for Ariana Burns, who came in hitting .562 on the season. The sac fly, and now the bases are empty. And it's 5-2 Browerville-Eagle Valley, 2 away for Sawyer Tulenchek. Tulenchek, a .306 hitter entering play today with 11 RBIs. First pitch swung on and fouled over by the Browerville-Eagle Valley dugout for strike 1. So at least a partial response for the PRB Tigers. Now they'll try to start something with 2. Infield kind of drawn in against Sawyer Tulenchek. Knowing the speed she has, maybe here's a pitch, and there is a called strike 2. It's 0-2. I know Ariana Burns had some RBIs in the first game, came into today with a team high 16. Here's a swing, a pop-up. This one is going to just get out to stay 0-2. Ball will get tossed back in from foul territory. Nobody on, 2 outs. Tulenchek fouls one off to stay alive at 0-2. Sophomore Bristol Bruder, the pitch, swinging a chopper off the plate, left side, the shortstop. The throw from Sabula pulls the first baseman off the bag, and Tulenchek whizzes by her, and that'll be an error that allows the inning to continue. Tulinchek aboard with the error on the shortstop, Sabula, and here comes Aaliyah Lewis, first baseman. 5-2 Browerville-Eagle Valley. Inning stays alive for Pine River-Backus. Here's the first pitch, and it's a called strike on Lewis. Entered play today, hitting .379. Tulinchek aboard. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss was late on that one. Tulinchek just about had the throw come behind her from Rydell. Bruder checks the wristband on 0-2 to Lewis with 2 outs. Here it comes, and a swing and a fly foul and off the JV field fence. So Lewis is trying to stay alive now at 0-2. Nice little crowd enjoying some warm sunshine on this Monday. All week looking beautiful. Went from layers to sunscreen just like that. Good old Minnesota for you. Here's another 0-2 to Lewis. That one upstairs. Good hold on the changeup as Bruder tried to switch speeds, but the biggest key in softball with that changeup is, can you throw it for a strike? Baseball taking on LaPorte today. Looks like a good crowd there. Now here's a ball just outside. Bruder tried the corner and missed. Saw Rydell just bring it back a little bit to frame it. Pretty quick with her glove. That was a smooth move, but just was off the plate. Now the 2-2, a swing and a miss. And the inning is over as Bruder records her first strikeout for the day. Pine River-Backus gets a bit of an answer. 2 runs on a hit, 1 error, 1 runner was left on base. Both runs were earned, and after 1 here in Pine River, it is Browerville-Eagle Valley 5 and Pine River-Backus 2. Coverage today on yourliveevent.com, partially brought to you in part by Sherwood Florist and Garden Center in Pine River, Plumbing, etc. in Pine River, Barnum's Pine River, Napa, Northland Steam Cleaners in Pine River, Country Dock Veterinary Clinic in Pine River, and Tremolo Communications. We're back with more right after this. It's high school softball on yourliveevent.com.
Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like the PRB Activities page on Facebook for information on Booster Club events and fundraisers. The Booster Club could use your help with great events and fundraisers, all giving back to the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information, email prboosterclub1@gmail.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month, 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Booster Club and all its members.
Great people, economic viability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools offers a variety of community education programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community, making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family. prbschools.org.
Welcome back. Devin Kruger here with you as the Browerville-Eagle Valley Tigers got 5 in the top of the first inning, batted around. In fact, at the plate was the top of the order, Bristol Bruder, when Madison Brown was caught stealing, trying to advance the second with runners at the corners. So after seeing a single pitch, Bristol Bruder will lead things off again, and Ariana Burns, first pitch just off the plate inside, and it's ball 1. 35 pitches in that first inning for Burns. Bruder led off, reaching on an error and coming in to score. Here's Burns' pitch. There's a sharp little liner, and that one bobbled by Tulinchek, and she will throw, but nowhere near in time. That was a slow dropping flare off the bat, and Tulinchek couldn't quite get the glove on it. It was right down at the dirt in front of her, and then bobbled it. Kind of a tough call, but I almost think got to give that one an error again. 4th error already on PRB's defense. Here's Miley Rydell, and there is a pitch that's a bit wild, and Bruder will advance to second. Ball 1 to Rydell. And Browerville-Eagle Valley, a runner in scoring position with nobody out again. 1-0 to the junior catcher. Burns is ready to Rydell, and this one upstairs, 2-0. Rydell walked and scored in the first inning. Five-2 advantage for the visiting Tigers. Rydell will square up. The pitch pulls it back, called strike. Tigers had it well planned defensively as Bruder took a big hop towards third but had to stay put. Nobody out here in the top of the second. Here it comes to Rydell. A swing and a foul tip into the glove of Riley. 2-2. Pine River-Backus would love a much cleaner inning. Here's the 2-2. That one in the dirt. Riley with a nice block. I think Burns tried to change it up and drop that off speed, but it dropped way below the zone. So for the second time, Rydell takes it full, and here's a swing and a miss. Burns, wasting no time, came right back with a good high fastball at the letters. Collects strikeout number 3. There's one down here in the top of the second for Allison Sabula, who had a 2-run single right over the glove of Aaliyah Lewis her first time up. With a runner at second, one away, and the pitch swinging a liner, and that one same spot. Fair ball right side. Rounding third is a Bruder. She will come in to score. Heading into second and standing up with another RBI hit is Allison Sabula. 2 for 2 with an RBI double right down the right field line, so she's consistent. Bruder comes around to score for the second time today, getting on with that error, and those have been costly for the PRB Tigers as it's now 6-2. Runner at second with one away for Elsie Puck. And the first pitch from Burns, a swing and a foul back to the fence, 0-1. Puck followed Sabula's RBI single with a single in the same exact spot, right over the outstretched hand, or glove, I should say, of Aaliyah Lewis. Here's the 0-1, and that's a called strike. Good pitch on the outer half, 0-2 to Puck. Sabula at second. Burns the rock and fire, and a swing and a grounder. Burns will knock it down. She'll throw to first. They get the out. Advancing to third is Sabula. A pretty easy grounder right back to Burns in the circle. 2 down now for Lydia Reed, the freshman first baseman. 6-2, Browerville-Eagle Valley in front. Reed struck out her first time up. Burns is ready. The pitch, and that one off the plate. Ball 1. Well, a lot of times you see it in softball. Pitchers don't always waste a whole lot of time. Burns gets it. Riley gives her the sign, and here we go. There's one behind. Boy, excellent job by Caitlin Riley. That was a fastball, and that had some zip to it. It was behind Reed, and somehow Riley got the glove on it to keep Sabula at third. 2-0 to Reed. Burns ready, and this one is just off the plate inside. 3-0. Well, and Reed being a strikeout victim in the first. Burns falling behind 3-0. Here it comes, and there's a strike right down the heart of the plate. Reed probably hoping she didn't have the take sign on that one. 3-1. Here's the rocket fire and a pop-up right side. That one carrying out, and that'll get out of play. Be a full count for Reed. Looks like somebody was tracking the ball down quickly out there, so they get it back in. Big pitch here for Lydia Reed. Full count, Burns. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and the inning is over. A couple of punch-outs in the inning for Ariana Burns, and a much quicker inning for the PRB defense. One unearned run across for Browerville-Eagle Valley. On one hit, the RBI double by Allison Sabula. One error on Pine River-Backus, and one runner left on base. We'll go to the bottom of inning number 2 here in Pine River As the wind kicks up a bit, Browerville-Eagle Valley is up 6-2 on your liveevent.com.
News from Wides Major Appliance in Brainerd. Wides announces a new line to offer you. Now, stop in to see the incredible line of appliances from Speed Queen. Speed Queens are tested to last 25 years, offers warranties up to 7 years parts and labor, and is the recommended brand by most service people. With Speed Queen and Crosley, plus service, parts, and used appliances, Wides is your one-stop appliance shop for major appliances without the major price. See Wides Major Appliance on Oak Street in Brainerd.
Save on your groceries and gas each week just by shopping at your locally owned Pequot Lake Super Value on Patriot Avenue in Pequot Lakes. Pequot Lake Super Value offers simple and convenient curbside pickup. Order online at shop.pequotlakesupervalue.com. We shop for you and you simply pick them up at our front door. Save on gas too, earning 10 cents of savings on gas for every $100 spent on groceries. For quality service and freshness, shop Pequot Lake Super Value. Good luck, area teams.
We go to the bottom of inning number 2. Devin Kruger here with you today on your liveevent.com. If you want to see the full upcoming broadcast schedule that includes both your live event and radio broadcasts, head to rjbroadcasting.com. Got our spring sports guidebook there as well for you. 7, 8, 9 due up for Pine River-Backus Tigers here in the bottom of the second inning. Tigers of PRB 6-7 on the year. Browerville-Eagle Valley 7-4. Autumn Burns will lead off, followed by Brooklyn Mills and Shannon Rugroden. Autumn Burns entering play today before the Lake of the Woods game, hitting .308 with a double and 7 driven in. Left-handed bat to start off the bottom of the second. Pine River-Backus trailing 6-2. Here comes a first pitch fouled off, strike one. Sophomore Bristol Bruder throwing for Browerville-Eagle Valley. Gave up a pair of runs in the bottom of the first on just one hit. Here comes the 0-1, that one in the dirt. 1-1 to Autumn Burns. Bruder takes much more time in between pitches. Here's the pitch, and that one off the plate outside. 2-1 as Autumn gets ahead. Ariana Burns pretty much gets the ball, gets the call, ready to go. Bristol walks back behind the rubber, looks into the dugout. They get the call for the pitch. They check the wristband. And she slowly steps on the rubber. Here's the 2-1, and that one in tight, almost clipped Autumn. 3-1. And Autumn Burns has a pitch here, at least one to work with. Always getting that, you love that hitter's count. Here's the pitch, swings and chops one right back to Bruder. Bruder will underhand flip it to Reed at first. And it's a 1-3 putout to start the bottom of the second for Pine River-Backus. 6-2 Browerville-Eagle Valley lead. Here's the designated player, Brooklyn Mills. Mills hitting .129 entering play today. 4 hits, all singles with 5 driven in. Of course, had Paul Learned call game 1. Almost should have asked him to leave his book here, but that wouldn't have been good because he's got more games this week. First pitch called a strike on Brooklyn Mills. Nobody on and 1 away here in the bottom of inning number 2. Here's the pitch and a swing and a miss. He chased one out of the zone, 0-2. Bruder went for a tempting one off the plate, about letter high, and Mills could not hold up. Sometimes you just can't resist. That's exactly what the pitcher's hoping for. Here comes the 0-2, and that one low and outside as Rido was even off the plate by a good 3-4 inches. Calling for that pitch off the plate just to see if Mills will chase it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch, swing, and a pop foul out of play. And we'll get to do it again. Got some folks tracking down those foul balls back there. Yeah, the wind kind of intermittent. Getting like a nice little 10-mile-an-hour swoosh, and then it goes back down to basically nada. Here comes the 1-2 again, and that one high and out. Good take there by Brooklyn Mills. 2-2. Nobody aboard here in the bottom of the second with one away. Bruder is set. Here's the 2-2. A swing and a miss. Got her where the fastball was just above the zone. Really like that location from pitchers. Second strikeout for Bristol Bruder. And here's the number 9 batter for the PRB Tigers, Shannon Rugroden. Entering play today was 0 for 3 on the season. There's a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. That one a little bit below the knees. Bristol Bruder trying to respond with a 1-2-3 inning. Nobody aboard. 6-2 Browerville-Eagle Valley in front. Here's the pitch, and that one a called strike 2. So Rugroden watched a good one go by in the inner half, and now has to buckle down and protect. Again, Bristol checks the wristband. Right at the target, swing and a miss. Fastball in the outer half. And a 1-2-3 inning for the sophomore hurler for Browerville-Eagle Valley, Bristol Bruder. Pine River-Backus goes quietly in the bottom of the second. No runs, no hits, and nobody left. And after 2, it's high school softball, Browerville-Eagle Valley 6, Pine River-Backus 2, here on yourliveevent.com. With our coverage today brought to you in part by Backus Locker, Laco Heating and Air in Pine River, Watt Computer Solutions in Jenkins, Bliss Salon and Boutique in Pequot Lakes, and 218 Fitness in Pine River. We are back after this on yourliveevent.com.
More than bowling at Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River, Community Bowl and Pizzeria serves the best pizza in the Lakes area. Or feast on burgers, great appetizers, huge calzones, hoagies, and wings. They invite you to bring the whole family in for a great time. Open bowling offered 7 days a week. Ask about joining a league. Moonlight Bowling is every Saturday evening. Ask about group rates, birthday parties, and other specials at Community Bowl and Pizzeria, downtown Pine River, 218-587-3100.
Shrub Excavating LLC is ready to serve you with any excavation project. Shrub Excavating provides residential and commercial new construction site prep, demolition, road and driveway construction, basement septic system design and installation, stump or brush removal, and delivery of sand, gravel, rock, dirt, and more. 42 years and still digging it right. Shrub Excavating will have your project done right and on time. Serving Pine River-Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Shrub Excavating LLC. Online at shrubexcavating.com.
And we welcome you back to Pine River as the first pitch in the top of the third to freshman third baseman Olivia Brown is outside for a ball. Ariana Burns continuing to work here in inning number 3. And the next one, here's a bunt charging in and a bobble at third, and there will be no play. Brown squared up. It was recognized, and Mills now the throw to second, and now Brown's in a rundown. Johnson to first, to Lewis, she'll lob it. Here's the throw back to first, the tag, and it's in time. Well, this one will be fun. It's going to be an error that allowed Brown aboard. The error charged to the third baseman, Mills. Mills is playing third, the designated player. But then Brown took too wide of a turn at first, and Burns threw it to first. It ends up being a 1-3-4-3-6-3 put out on the base pads. As the first pitch to Allie Bartles is a ball. So it went from Burns to Lewis, Lewis to Johnson, back to Lewis, to Tulinchek, who fired one back to Lewis, who got the tag in. Now the 1-0 to Bartles hits the dirt. It's 2-0. Top of the third inning, Browerville-Eagle Valley leading 6-2. And a very entertaining first out here in the top of the third. Here comes the 2-0. And that one inside. Riley tried to bring it back, but it was too far off the plate. And Burns falls behind Bartles, the designated player, 3-0. That's the first time I've had a rundown this year. I'm actually surprised I got all of it. Here's the pitch, and it's up high. And unfortunately for Burns and the PRB Tigers, after that exciting first out, it's a one-out walk to Allie Bartles. Fourth walk issued by Burns today. In the circle, that brings up freshman left fielder Bella Berg. Bartles has walked both times she's been up now. She's at first with one down. Top of inning number 3 here in Pine River. Sunny, and there's one in the dirt. Here's the throw to second, and it is not in time. It'll be a wild pitch. It hit the dirt, but I'll tell you what, Caitlin Riley was awfully close to erasing Bartles off the base pads. It's 1-0 to Berg. That throw to second was spot on, but with the ball in the dirt and her having to go behind Berg to make the throw, just enough time. Now another one in the dirt, that one off the plate. And now it's 2-0 to Berg as Bartles is again over to third base. 6-2 Browerville-Eagle Valley. Now that out on the base pad's looming pretty big, at least for right now. Keeping this a 4-run lead for BEV. 2-0 to Berg. She squares up the pitch. She pulls it back as it's well off the plate wide. 3-0. Berg, the number 8 batter in the Browerville-Eagle Valley lineup. Burns ready, trying to fight back now, and she lofts one just wide of the plate, and that is a 4-pitch walk to Bella Berg. So it'll be runners at the corners. That is walk number 5 issued by Burns. She's had 7 wild pitches to her credit, and that's that consistency that Coach Kinzer was talking about. Now that's another one in the dirt. And that'll be a wild pitch that advances Berg to second as after back-to-back 4-pitch walks, Madison Brown behind 1-0. She laid down a bunt single in the first, but then was caught stealing to end the inning. A 5-run first, catapulting Browerville-Eagle Valley to an early lead. They lead at 6-2. Second and third with 1 out here in the third. Here's the 1-0, a square up, tried to bunt, missed, and it'll be 1-1. Pitch was down right at the kneecaps. And Madison Brown just didn't get the bat low enough. 1 ball, 1 strike. Burns sets, squares up again. This one off the plate, and this one is going to get away, and that'll be another wild pitch. Runners advance as Bartles comes in to score. It'll be 2-1 to Madison Brown. Berg moves up to third. Browerville tacks on another here. It is 7-2 in favor of the visiting Tigers from Browerville-Eagle Valley. 2 balls, 1 strike to Madison Brown. Top of the order, Bristol Bruder due up next. Riley with the target, another square up, and she pulled it back and took strike 2. Not sure if Brown had the take sign on with the fake bunt, but that was a really good pitch right in the center of the plate, and she pulled the bat back. Brown choking up on 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here it comes on the change. It's wide, full count. Coach Jeff Myers talking with Bella Berg, giving her situations, ground ball, fly ball. Here's the payoff pitch, swinging a grounder right back up the middle. The senior delivers, and Browerville-Eagle Valley is up 8-2. Nice solid shot right back up the middle for Madison Brown. She's got her second hit of the day. She gets an RBI on top of it. Browerville-Eagle Valley tacking on at least 2 more here in the inning. In the top of the third, 2 in. The top of the order, Bristol Bruder. The first pitch from Burns in the dirt, and that will advance Madison Brown. Bristol Bruder so far is 0 for 2. She reached both times today on errors on the PRB Tigers and has come around to score both times. So even though she's 0 for 2, she scored a pair of runs, and she's at the plate for the 3rd time here in the top of the 3rd. Every batter's reached safely. PRB Tigers got 1 out on the base pads. Here's the pitch. That one in the dirt. Riley, the throw to third. It's going to get underneath the glove, heading back to second. PRB will get a little bit of a break. Madison Brown took off for third with the ball in the dirt, but Riley so good with the scoop sometimes. Fired it over to Mills. Would have been way in front of Madison Brown, so she retreated. Then the ball actually went off the glove of Mills into left field, but Brown was already on her way back to second, and she didn't want a chance turning around. 2 balls, no strikes to Bristol Bruder. Here it comes, and that one hit her. Got her right in the front leg, and she is hit by a pitch. First hit batter here today, and now it's first and second, and here comes Coach Ben Kinzer out of the box again. A leadoff error, but then Olivia Brown caught in a rundown. 2 walks, a single, and a hit batter. And Coach Ben Kinzer is going to make a change here. We're going to have a pitching change for the PRB Tigers. Browerville-Eagle Valley first and second. 1 out, top of the third. Browerville-Eagle Valley with an 8-2 advantage. We'll give you the PRB changes when we come back here on yourliveevent.com.
Right now. Today, more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. That's why Enbridge is advancing new technologies to reduce emissions, like carbon capture and hydrogen power. By putting in the work today, we're bridging to a cleaner energy future. Tomorrow is on. Enbridge. Life takes energy.
Restock on food, fuel, and bait at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 is stocked with bait, tackle, and snacks for your fishing excursions, quality Cenex gasoline, and off-road diesel. Their inside and outside car washes are open. Make sure to stop by to keep your car shining bright in the sun. Don't forget your fishing and hunting license. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
Hanakin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's radio coverage. Hanakin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hanakin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hanakin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Pierce, or Brainerd online at HanakinInsurance.com. Let Hanakin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
The PRB Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like the PRB Activities page on Facebook for information on Booster Club events and fundraisers. The Booster Club could use your help with great events and fundraisers, all giving back to the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information, email prboosterclub, @gmail.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month, 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Booster Club and all its members.
Great people, economic viability,
We welcome you back. Abby Gilbert is the new pitcher for the Pine River-Backus Tigers. Got the win in the circle against Lake of the Woods in Game 1 today, and the first pitch from Gilbert is swung on and popped up. Infield fly is called. The batter is out as making the catch behind second base. Well, wasting no time. Miley Rydell popping up to Johnson on the infield fly. Abby Gilbert comes in. She replaces Callie Trout, who is in the flex position out in right field. Brooklyn Mills went out to right. Ariana Burns went to third. Here's Gilbert's pitch, and that one in for a strike. 0-1 to Allison Sabula, who is 2 for 2, had a 2-run single in the first and RBI double in the second. Runners at first and second for Browerville-Eagle Valley. 2 outs here in the top of the third, and BEV with an 8-2 advantage. Now here's one drops just low. Runner goes to throw to third, and it's not going to be in time. Took a hop and actually hit the sliding Madison Brown. As they will advance, it's 1-1 now. So they have 0-2 on the scoreboard. I have 1-1. Nope, it is. It's 0-2. 0-2 on Allison Sabula. So that is a passed ball as it went off the glove of Riley. Gilbert ready. Here comes the 0-2. Swinging a roller third base side and foul. So we'll do it again. Gilbert doesn't look like she has quite the velocity that Burns has, but Gilbert's been the main pitcher for the Tigers here. She has struck out 52 compared to just 21 walks. Her ERA 4.41. She's now 5-5 on the season. And here's a swing and a liner right side. That's going to drop. More runs batted in for Allison Sabula as 2 more will come in. The throw will go to third, and it'll be an RB. It'll be another 2-run single for Allison Sabula, the senior shortstop, absolutely on fire. All of them to right field as she drives in Madison Brown and Bruder, who scores for the 3rd time today. Sabula ends up at second base on the throw home. How about a 5 RBI day for Sabula in the number 3 spot? She's at second. The first pitch in the dirt. Riley blocks it, but that'll be a wild pitch, and Sabula's on her way to third. That will close the book on Ariana Burns. Those 2 runs that scored were her responsibility, and Browerville-Eagle Valley now with a 10-2 lead. And now he's a swing and a fly to short left. Running in and making the catch in left field is Autumn Burns to end the inning. First pitch, Elsie Puck swinging, and Autumn Burns read that one well enough to make the squeeze. But Browerville-Eagle Valley increasing the lead, 4 runs in the top of the third inning. All 4 were earned. They do it on just a pair of hits. There was 1 error, and there was 1 runner left on base. We head to the home half of inning number 3 here in Pine River. Our new score, Browerville-Eagle Valley 10, Pine River-Backus 2. Coverage today of high school softball brought to you by Sherwood Florist and Garden Center in Pine River, Plumbing, etc. in Pine River, Barnum's Pine River Napa, and Northland Steam Cleaners in Pine River. We've got more for you right after this on yourliveevent.com.
Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools offers a variety of community education programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community, making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family. prbschools.org.
Welcome back. Home half of inning number 3, and Browerville-Eagle Valley now with a 10-2 lead. The final line for Ariana Burns starting today for the PRB Tigers. 2 1/3 innings, 10 runs, 7 earned on 5 hits. Struck out 4, walked 5, and hit 1 batter. Six pitches for Abby Gilbert to wrap up to get those final 2 outs, but not before Allison Sapula delivered another big hit for Browerville-Eagle Valley. Now a 10-2 lead for BEV. Top of the order for Pine River-Backus. Leah Evelyn will lead off. She grounded out to Lawrence at second her first time up. So it'll be Evelyn, Johnson, and Riley for Pine River-Backus. And the first pitch from Bristol Bruder is high and wide, 1-0. PRB got a couple of runs in the bottom of the first. Closed the gap at the time to 5-2. Now down by 8. Pine River-Backus hoping to get their offense really rolling. Here's a swing and a roller to short. Nice easy hop for Sabula. The throw pulls the first baseman off, but good heads-up play by the freshman first baseman Lydia Reed. The throw was wide again, but this time Reed had just enough time, got that glove down, and tagged Evelyn. As it's 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the third for Kaylee Johnson, who walked and scored in the first. Here comes Bruder's first pitch, fastball high, 1-0. Don't forget, following the game, stick around. We'll have our post-game notes, numbers, and the awards with the big deal. I bring the energy player and star of the game. 1 ball, no strikes to Johnson, and the pitch, that one's in for a strike at the knees, 1-1. Nobody aboard for Pine River-Backus. Bruder had a 1-2-3 bottom of the second inning. Here comes the 1-1 to Johnson, and that one a called strike. Johnson kind of turned away, but that one looked really good. Maybe on the inner half. And Bruder gets in front of ball and 2 strikes. Walked Johnson on 4 pitches her first time up. Now the 1-2 and a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 4 for Bristol Bruder as she's finding a nice little groove. 2 away here in the PRB third for Caitlin Riley, who delivered an RBI triple her first time up. Deep right center field, then came in to score herself. 10-2, Browerville-Eagle Valley in front. The first pitch off the plate, ball 1. Tried to change up on Riley and left that one short. Browerville-Eagle Valley, 5 in the first, 1 in the second, 4 in the third. Here comes the pitch, and that one high and wide, 2-0 as Riley gets in front. Riley's .464 average coming into today, second on the team to Ariana Burns, who's in the on-deck circle. Here comes the 1-1, the 2-0, and that one misses wide, 3-0 to the Pine River-Backus catcher. Coach Ben Kinzer saying if She's got one she loves. She can go after it, and she did on 3-0. She lines one foul. Well, those were, kids are giving his girls a little freedom there. If it's 3-0 and you got one you love, go ahead and offer at it. And maybe part of that is the non-consequential aspect of today's game, non-conference, non-section. Here's the 3-1, and that one is upstairs. And with 2 outs, Caitlin Riley draws a walk. Second walk issued by Bristol Bruder, and now here comes Ariana Burns. Had a sac fly, RBI, her first time up. Burns is 7 hits away from 100 in her career. I didn't get all the grades for PRB, but I'm pretty sure Ariana's junior. Here's the first pitch, and it's out. Here's a throw down to second. It's on the first base side, and without the slide, Caitlin Riley steals second base. And PRB has a runner in scoring position. I believe that was a strike, 0-1 on Ariana Burns. It's kind of in the outer half, but I believe it was a strike. They put a ball up on the scoreboard, so we'll see if we get that here as the at-bat goes on. Here's the pitch from Bruder, and a cut and a miss. Good solid swing by Burns. And it is 1-1. That first pitch must have just been outside. It was a good-looking pitch from Bruder. But now, at least for Ariana Burns, it's 1-1. Here's the pitch. A swing and a roller, third base side, just wide of the bag foul. Well, I had a perfect view of that one, and that ball hopped in foul territory, maybe a 1.5 feet in front of that front corner of the bag. I would have definitely scored a run if that would have just been in the park a little more and hopped over that bag. Olivia Brown playing pretty close to the bag at third. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ariana Burns. Here it comes, and a swing and a pop-up left side. Calling for it is a shortstop, Sabula. She'll make the catch, and that will end the inning. Pine River-Backus held scoreless again from Bristol Bruder and the Browerville-Eagle Valley defense. No runs, no hits, a walk, and the runner left stranded. As we are through 3 here in Pine River, it is Browerville-Eagle Valley 10, Pine River-Backus 2 here on your liveevent.com.
More big news from Wides Major Appliance in Brainerd. Wides announces a new line to offer you. Now, stop in to see the incredible line of appliances from Speed Queen. Speed Queens are tested to last 25 years, offers warranties up to 7 years parts and labor, and is the recommended brand by most service people. With Speed Queen and Crosley, plus service, parts, and used appliances, Wides is your one-stop appliance shop for major appliances without the major price. See Wides Major Appliance on Oak Street in Brainerd.
Save on your groceries and gas each week just by shopping at your locally owned Pequot Lake Super Value on Patriot Avenue in Pequot Lakes. Pequot Lake Super Value offers simple and convenient curbside pickup. Order online at shop.pequotlakesupervalue.com. We shop for you and you simply pick them up at our front door. Save on gas too, earning 10 cents of savings on gas for every $100 spent on groceries. For quality service and freshness, shop Pequot Lake Super Value. Good luck, area teams.
After 3 here in Pine River, Browerville-Eagle Valley with 10 runs. Chase starter Ariana Burns on 6 hits, 3 runners left on base. For Pine River-Backus, 2 runs on 1 hit, 2 runners left on base. Through 3 innings, 50 pitches for Browerville-Eagle Valley starter Bristol Bruder. Ariana Burns went 2 1/3. Abby Gilbert finished off the top of the 3rd inning. She's in the circle for the 4th for her first full inning of work. She'll face the 5, 6, 7 batters, Lydia Reed, Olivia Brown, and Allie Bartles. Browerville-Eagle Valley, winners of 4 of their last 5, 7-4 on the season. Pine River-Backus 6-7. Browerville-Eagle Valley in Section 6 Class A when it comes to playoff time, which, believe it or not, folks, just a couple weeks away. Spring season, especially, it's just one of those where as long as the winter season is, spring goes awfully fast. Lydia Reed will lead off. She was 0 for 2 against Burns, struck out both times. Here's Abby Gilbert's first pitch, and a swing and a bounce right back to Gilbert in the circle. She knocks it down, low throw, but Aaliyah Lewis able to dig it out in time. Well, nothing like making it interesting, and for the first time today. Browerville-Eagle Valley does not have the leadoff runner on. One out for Olivia Brown, who is 0 for 1, reached base on a walk and on an error. She's come around to score once. Base is empty and one down. Gilbert, the Rock and Fire. It's upstairs 1-0. Again, entering play today, Gilbert had an ERA of 4.41. Got the win against Lake of the Woods. Here's the pitch and a swing and a miss. Got Brown way in front of that one, 1-1. For Browerville-Eagle Valley, you're kind of in that territory where you'd love to put that mercy rule in effect. As here's a swing, a little pop-up foul. That one's spinning towards the BEV dugout, and nobody for Pine River-Backus able to track that one down as it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody on and 1 away for Olivia Brown. Gilbert spins the ball right in her midsection. Riley the target. Here's a roller. Tulenchek at short. The short hop. The throw to first and not in time. Wasn't the hardest hit ball, just kind of trickling. Tulenchek came in and was charging, but as she picked it up in the throw, it was not in time. Good speed by Olivia Brown. Beats it out on the infield single for her first hit today. 7th hit for Browerville-Eagle Valley, all in told. Runner on first, 1 out for Allie Bartles. Gilbert ready, and the first pitch upstairs. Riley thought about a throw back behind Olivia Brown, just a freshman, but boy, she had some good wheels down the line. Bartles so far today, 2 walks and a run scored. 10-2 Browerville-Eagle Valley lead. Here's a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike to the freshman designated player. JV game going on behind us here. First time we've seen this year. Some people making sure they're sitting in the shade. 1 ball, there's 2 strikes. Here's a swing, a little pop-up left side. That one dropping fast, and Sawyer Tulenchek tracks it down just inside the chalk line at third. The long throw across. Not in time as Brown just able to slide back safely. What a job tracking that one down. That was inside the chalk. Would have been a fair ball, but Sawyer Tulenchek raced it down for out number 2 here in the 4th. So Olivia Brown back to first with Bella Berg at the plate. 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored in the 3rd. Taking on Gilbert and a swing and a miss. And Olivia Brown getting that big jump off of first base, just daring Riley to throw it down there. 0-1 to Bella Berg. Berg walked and scored in the 3rd, struck out in the 1st. Now here's a swing, a 1-hopper right back to Gilbert. Quick toss to Lewis, and for the first time, PRB keeps Browerville-Eagle Valley off the board. In the top of the 4th, no runs on a hit, the runner left stranded, and it stays 10-2 Browerville-Eagle Valley as we'll come back after this on yourliveevent.com.
More than bowling at Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River, Community Bowl and Pizzeria serves the best pizza in the Lakes area. Or feast on burgers, great appetizers, huge calzones, hoagies, and wings. They invite you to bring the whole family in for a great time. Open bowling offered 7 days a week. Ask about joining a league. Moonlight Bowling is every Saturday evening. Ask about group rates, birthday parties, and other specials at Community Bowl and Pizzeria, downtown Pine River, 218-587-3100.
Shrub Excavating LLC is ready to serve you with any excavation project. Shrub Excavating provides residential and commercial new construction site prep, demolition, road and driveway construction, basement septic system design and installation, stump or brush removal, and delivery of sand, gravel, rock, dirt, and more. 42 years and still digging it right. Shrub Excavating will have your project done right and on time. Serving Pine River-Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Shrub Excavating LLC. Online at shrubexcavating.com.
Back with you here in Pine River. Devin Kruger with you. It is the bottom of the 4th inning. Pine River-Backus trailing Browerville-Eagle Valley 10-2 for the first time. PRB kept Browerville-Eagle Valley off the board in the top half of an inning. Now can they get some offense going? against Browerville-Eagle Valley starter Bristol Bruder, the sophomore, allowing a pair of runs on a hit and a walk in the first, a 1-2-3 second. Issued a 2-out walk, and that was it in the third. She'll face 5, 6, and 7. Tulinchik, Lewis, and Autumn Burns here in the bottom of inning number 4. Tulinchik reached on an error back in the first. She's 0 for 1, and the first pitch swinging a fly short right field. Elsie Puck measures it up, and on one pitch, Tulinchik retired on a fly out to right. Talking about Browerville-Eagle Valley, they had their leadoff runner on the first 3 innings. Pine River-Backus has yet to get the leadoff batter aboard. Here's Aaliyah Lewis. She struck out her first time up, 0 for 1. Browerville-Eagle Valley with a 10-2 lead, and the first pitch, they swing a foul straight back. It's 0-1 on the PRB Tigers first baseman. Both these teams right back at it tomorrow. Browerville-Eagle Valley, a tough conference matchup, taking on 7th-ranked Swanville. Pine River-Backus will be traveling to LaPorte. That's who their baseball team's playing today. Here's a pitch, and that one below the zone. 1-1 to Aaliyah Lewis. Tomorrow, I've got a doubleheader in Pequot Lakes. Granite Ridge action as the Patriots host Little Falls. We'll have a double dip for you starting at 3:40 tomorrow right here on yourliveevent.com. We also have Pine River-Backus baseball tomorrow. Here's a cut and a miss. Lewis swinging above the Bruder fastball. It's 1-2. PRB baseball will take on McGregor tomorrow. We'll have that one for you here on yourliveevent.com. Bruder in front of Aaliyah Lewis. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the set and the pitch. Swung on and missed. Lewis on top of it again. She strikes out for the second time. Strikeout number 5 for Bruder, and 2 up, 2 down to start the 4th. For Browerville-Eagle Valley's defense, here's Autumn Burns. Autumn grounded back to Bruder in the circle her first time up. 10-2 Browerville-Eagle Valley lead. Here's the kick and the pitch from Bruder. That one in the dust. 1-0. What a day here in Pine River. I don't even see a single cloud. 1 ball, no strikes. Autumn Burns, swing and a miss. Good cut, but swinging through a fastball in the outer half. 1-1. Bruder had a 1-2-3 second, looking to match that here in another even inning with nobody aboard. Here's a pitch, and that one inside. 2-1 to Burns. Burns had a 3-1 count on her when she bounced one back to Bruder her first time up. Bruder checking in with Rydell. Pitch, swinging a pop-up. This one close and caught by the radio guy. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Autumn Burns. The equipment is more important than my hand. That's all I'm going to say about that. I played a little bit. Very little. I think it was called left out. So, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Autumn Burns. Here it comes from Bruder, and that one inside. Boy, not a bad pitch at all by Bruder. Off the plate inside, and Bruder just missed. Burns, nice job taking it. Payoff pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 in another 1-2-3 inning for the sophomore Bristol Bruder. Punch out number 6 on the day. Tigers down in order for Pine River-Backus in the home 4th. No runs, no hits, nobody left, and it stays Browerville-Eagle Valley 10, Pine River-Backus 2 on yourliveevent.com. Coverage today brought to you in part by Bliss Salon and Boutique in Pequot Lakes, Watt Computer Solutions in Jenkins, Laco Heating and Air in Pine River, Backus Locker, and Tremolo Communications. We're back with more from sunny Pine River. It's high school softball on yourliveevent.com.
Happening right now. Today, more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. That's why Enbridge is advancing new technologies to reduce emissions, like carbon capture and hydrogen power. By putting in the work today, we're bridging to a cleaner energy future. Tomorrow is on. Enbridge. Life takes energy.
Restock on food, fuel, and bait at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 is stocked with bait, tackle, and snacks for your fishing excursions, quality Cenex gasoline, and off-road diesel. Their inside and outside car washes are open. Make sure to stop by to keep your car shining bright in the sun. Don't forget your fishing and hunting license. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
Back with you here in Pine River as we go to the top of inning number 5. Browerville-Eagle Valley held scoreless for the first time in the 4th, sends 9-1-2. Madison Brown leads things off 2 for 2 with an RBI single and a run scored. Takes up high ball 1 from Abby Gilbert. So it'll be Madison Brown, then the top of the order in Bruder and Rydell. 10-2 BEV lead. Here's the pitch, squares up, bunts. Charging is Burns. The throw to first to Lewis in time. And Brown, who had a bunt single in the first, not so fortunate this time. Ariana Burns read it, charged hard, and the opening out here in the top of the 5th. But of course, if you're Browerville-Eagle Valley, you would love to get a couple of runs and put the pressure on PRB, get that mercy rule in effect. Here's the first pitch, and he's swinging a pop-up foul out of play. And it's 0-1 on Bristol Bruder. Bristol is 0 for 2 today. However, she has been on base 3 times. She has scored 3 times, and that's what you ask of your top of the order. Reached on errors in the first and second, was hit by a pitch in the 3rd. Here's the pitch from Gilbert, and that one below the knees, ball 1. This is actually the first time she's facing Gilbert. When she got hit by the pitch from Ariana Burns in the top of the 3rd, that's when Coach Kinzer made the switch in the circle. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on. Gilbert, the rock and fire, up high, 2-1 to Bristol Bruder, the sophomore. Gilbert ready, Riley with the target. Here comes the 2-1, swinging a pop-up. Riley behind the plate, reaches up, makes the catch, 2 down. Good job by the PRB dugout as they quickly just yelled to Riley, just said, right behind you. Fairly easy play for the catcher. Sometimes those are anything but easy. That one, fairly easy. Here's the BEV catcher, Miley Rydell. And the first pitch swung on, pop foul. That one will be out of play. Strike 1 to the junior catcher, who is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored back in the 1st. Struck out in the 2nd, popped out in the 3rd. Nobody aboard for Browerville-Eagle Valley. 2 away here in the top of the 5th. Gilbert fires and a swing and a bouncer. Johnson at second. Nice pick, nice throw, and it's the first 1-2-3 inning for the Pine River-Backus defense, as they're hoping that will turn into some PRB offense. Browerville-Eagle Valley down in order for the first time today. No runs, no hits, nobody left. It stays Browerville-Eagle Valley 10 and Pine River-Backus 2. High school softball on yourliveevent.com.
Insurance Agency is proud to support today's radio coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Pierce, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
The PRB Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like the PRB Activities page on Facebook for information on Booster Club events and fundraisers. The Booster Club could use your help with great events and fundraisers, all giving back to the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information, email prboosterclub, 1, @gmail.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month, 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Booster Club and all its members.
Great people.
We are back. We head to the home half of inning number 5. Browerville-Eagle Valley with the 10-2 advantage for Pine River-Backus. We know we'll play at least 6. It's 8-9-1. Brooklyn Mills will lead off 0 for 1 with a strikeout against Bristol Bruder. Still throwing for Browerville-Eagle Valley, and the first pitch misses off the plate outside, ball 1. Mills a strikeout victim her first time up. Shannon Rugroden and the top of the order, Leah Evelyn, due up here in the PRB 5th. Bruder had her second 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the 4th. Corners playing way in. Here's a swing, a soft pop-up right side. Quick call, quick catch by Lawrence at second. And Mills retired for the first out here in the 5th. Brings up Rugroden, who was a strikeout victim her first time up. Nobody on and 1 away. Rugroden in, and the first pitch, a swing and a miss, ball 1. Excuse me, strike 1. Bristol Bruder, sophomore righty, getting those calls from the dugout. And the pitch, that one in the dust. 1 ball, 1 strike to Rugroden. Pine River-Backus 2 runs came in the first inning. Bruder has shut them out since. Right out with the target, the 1-1, swing and a miss. Good job keeping that ball on that outer half, maybe even a shade out of the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Rugroden. PRB dugout still trying to make some noise and keep the energy up. Long day for them with 2 games. There's a half swing, strike 3. 7th punch out today for Bristol Bruder. Nobody on and 2 away. Top of the order, Leah Evelyn, who is 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts. 10-2 Browerville-Eagle Valley in front. Here's the pitch, and even swinging a roller again to short. Knocked down by Sabula, and the throw to first in plenty of time as Evelyn retired on a single pitch, and it's back-to-back 1-2-3 innings for Bristol Bruder and the Browerville-Eagle Valley defense. No runs, no hits, nobody left, and Bruder's got a 1-hitter through 5. Browerville-Eagle Valley 10, Pine River-Backus 2 here on yourliveevent.com. With coverage today brought to you in part by Country Dock Veterinary Clinic in Pine River, Northland Steam Cleaners in Pine River, and Barnum's Pine River Napa. We're back after this, yourliveevent.com.
Ability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools offers a variety of community education programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community. Making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family. PRBschools.org.
More big news from Wides Major Appliance in Brainerd. Wides announces a new line to offer you. Now, stop in to see the incredible line of appliances from Speed Queen. Speed Queens are tested to last 25 years, offers warranties up to 7 years parts and labor, and is the recommended brand by most service people. With Speed Queen and Crosley, plus service, parts, and used appliances, Wides is your one-stop appliance shop for major appliances without the major price. See Wides Major Appliance on Oak Street in Brainerd.
Welcome back. We are through 5 here in Pine River-Backus. Browerville-Eagle Valley with a 10-2 lead through 5 innings. 2 runs, 1 hit still for Pine River-Backus. They've left 2 runners on base. For Browerville-Eagle Valley, 10 runs on 7 hits, 4 runners left on. Abby Gilbert, 2 2/3 so far. She is on again for the 6th. She'll face 3, 4, 5. Allison Sabula, Elsie Puck, and Lydia Reed. And the first pitch of the 6th inning, Sabula takes a strike, and Allison Sabula has had 1 whale of a game here today. She is 3 for 3 with a double and 5 RBIs. Here's the pitch, and a swing at a chopper, and that one knocked down by Burns. That one was hard hit. I am going to give her a base hit on that. That one was a really sharp, low hopper. Burns had to kind of go off the glove and off her leg. Some might call that an error. It was kind of right at her, but that was really sharply hit, so I tend to give the hit her a little benefit on that. I have Sebula at 4 for 4 now. She leads off the 6th. And the first pitch missing outside to Elsie Puck. 1-0. Puck 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored in the first. 10-2 Browerville-Eagle Valley in the top of the 6th. Gilbert ready. The throw and one then fouled back out of play, and 1 ball, 1 strike to the sophomore right fielder Puck. The home book is usually the official one. Be curious to see if they mark that a hit or an error for Sebula. If you ask Ariana Burns, I'm sure she says she should have gotten it. 1 ball, 1 strike to Puck. Here it comes from Gilbert. Half swing. Riley right behind her. And if anything explains how tough it is for a catcher to pick up a ball that's popped up straight above her, that one was right there. That ball was maybe a 1.5 feet over Riley's head. She spun around. It was actually right where she was crouched down, but so tough because you automatically think that ball's going to the fence. She did a 360, couldn't bring it in. Here's the 1-2 to Puck, and that one down low. Riley digs that one out. 2-2 now to Puck with Sebula aboard first. First time since the 3rd that Browerville-Eagle Valley has had the leadoff runner on. They have a 10-2 lead here in the top of the 6th. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a foul back. That one right off the top of the fence. As Puck stays alive. Puck, the cleanup batter here. After the single in the first, she has grounded out and flown out to left. On a nice running catch by Autumn Burns. Wind kicks up a notch, blowing in from left field. Here's another 2-2. Swinging a fly, short right field. This one's trouble. This one will drop. Mills will pick it up, but the throw to second will not be in time. Just getting there in time with Sebula, as that's just a bloop single to short right field for Elsie Puck. She's got her second hit of the day. And Browerville-Eagle Valley with a 10-2 lead here in the top of the 6th. Runners at first and second with nobody out. Freshman first baseman Lydia Reed steps in. Reed is 0 for 3. Couple of strikeouts and a ground out so far. Pine River-Backus beat Lake of the Woods 7-5 in their first game. She squares, she bunts, well placed. Gilbert has only 1 play. She'll throw to first to Lewis. And the sacrifice works to perfection. Coach Myers applauds it as, again, if you're Browerville-Eagle Valley with an 8-run lead, you're playing for that mercy rule. And now with 1 out, here's Olivia Browen, who is 1 for 2. She's reached base all 3 times, and she came around to score back in the first. Middle infielders still back. Corners in their usual spots inside the bags, and here's a pitch, Jay called strike right at the bottom of the zone. 0-1 to Browen. Sebula at third, Puck at second. 1 away here in the top of the 6th. Gilbert ready. She delivers, and a swing and a chopper right back to Gilbert. She'll throw to first in time. The throw home will not be in time. And the ball gets away from Riley, but holding at third is Puck. It will be an RBI ground out. And now the ball to Gilbert trickles away in little excitement, but again, Puck will hold at third. So Olivia Browen gets the RBI to make it 11-2 in favor of Browerville-Eagle Valley. With 2 down, Puck is at third for Allie Bartles, who is 0 for 1 with a pair of walks and a run scored. She popped out her last time up. The pitch from Gilbert, swinging a bouncer to the right side. Johnson, the scoop at second, the throw to first in time, and that will end the inning. Oh, barring something crazy, we will play 7 here today. Here in the top of the 6th, a run in for Browerville-Eagle Valley on a pair of hits. A run was earned and 1 runner was left on base. New score after 5.5 here in Pine River. It's Browerville-Eagle Valley 11, Pine River-Backus 2 here on your liveevent.com.
gas each week just by shopping at your locally owned Pequot Lake Super Value on Patriot Avenue in Pequot Lakes. Pequot Lake Super Value offers simple and convenient curbside pickup. Order online at shop.pequotlakesupervalue.com. We shop for you and you simply pick them up at our front door. Save on gas too, earning 10 cents of savings on gas for every $100 spent on groceries. For quality service and freshness, shop Pequot Lake Super Value. Good luck, area teams. There's way more than bowling at Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River. Community Bowl and Pizzeria serves the best pizza in the Lakes area, or feast on burgers, great appetizers, huge calzones, hoagies, and wings. They invite you to bring the whole family in for a great time. Open bowling offered 7 days a week. Ask about joining a league. Moonlight Bowling is every Saturday evening. Ask about group rates, birthday parties, and other specials at Community Bowl and Pizzeria, downtown Pine River, 218-587-3100.
Welcome back to Pine River. Bottom of inning number 6. Bristol Bruder throwing 5 innings of 1 hit ball. Browerville-Eagle Valley with an 11-2 lead as the wind kicks up again a little bit. For Pine River-Backus, 2-3-4. Kaylee Johnson, Caitlin Riley, and Ariana Burns on a first pitch strike from Bruder. It's 0-1. Johnson 0 for 1 with a walk and a run back in the first. She struck out in the third. Pine River-Backus came back late against Lake of the Woods. Need a big comeback in this one, down 11-2. Here's the pitch, and that one in the dust. 1 ball, 1 strike. You know, this is that part of the lineup. Like if you're Coach Kinzer and you're this PRB Tigers group, if you're going to mount a comeback, start trying to put some pressure on Browerville-Eagle Valley. This is the part of the order that has to come through and do it. Everybody's ready. Bruder's 1-1, and that one right down the middle for strike 2. Johnson as Rydell and Bruder look into the dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The wind and fire, and that one down low. Good spot by Bruder and a good hold by Johnson to not chase that one outside the strike zone. Bruder fires one. She wanted that. She was going for that bottom of the zone strike. We've seen a couple that are right, maybe a touch below the kneecaps get called. Here's a pitch and a strike 3 called. Johnson knew it too. Watched one go by. Strikeout number 8 on the day for Bruder. 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Pine River-Backus has yet to get the leadoff runner on today. And that is 8 in a row sent down by Bristol Bruder. Here's Caitlin Riley, who is 1 for 1. RBI triple in the first, a walk in the third, and the first pitch is just off the plate wide, 1-0. Riley, the only batter for PRB that's been on base multiple times here in this one. Trying to keep her hot bat going, and there's one low and inside, scooted her back, 2-0. Riley's RBI triple in the first was just smoked to the right field gap. Bristol Bruder checking the wristband again. Here it comes, and here's a swing and a fly short center. Madison Brown will have to put on the brakes, and Caitlin Riley's on for the 3rd time. Putting that one in short center field, that snaps the streak for Browerville-Eagle Valley. 8 straight retired by Bristol Bruder. And now here's Ariana Burns. Definitely could say she's due. Came into today hitting over 500. Now with 1 out and a runner on. Burns steps in 0 for 1. Sac fly RBI back in the first. And the first pitch, a big rip, but over the top 0-1. Not a little too far in front of that one. And snowballs and a strike to the Pine River-Backus cleanup hitter. 1 away in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch to Burns, swinging a drive to left. Heading back is Berg, and she'll make the catch, reaching up over her head. Burns put a good charge into that one, but Berg didn't have to move a whole lot and reached up and snared it for out number 2. That one was really well struck. Now here's Sawyer Tulenchek, who is 0 for 2, reached on an error in the first. With a runner on and 2 down, bottom 6, Browerville-Eagle Valley leading at 11-2. Non-conference, non-section game. Here the runner goes, the throw down, and it is in time, but diving underneath the tag, keeping the hand on the bag. It was kind of an awkward diving slide by Caitlin Riley. Gets up with a whole bunch of dust. And she just beat the tag. Good throw by Rydell. But Riley has her second stolen bag of the day. And it's 1 ball, no strikes to Sawyer Tulenchek. Here's the pitch from Bruder. Swinging a drive to right. Heading back is puck. Still heading back. It's over her head. Tulenchek will have extra bases. She's heading to second and rounding it. She's on her way to third. It'll be an RBI triple for Sawyer Tulenchek. Second triple of the day for Pine River-Backus as their fans come alive. Caitlin Riley scores for the second time today. And Pine River-Backus makes it 11-3. Still a lot of work to do for the home Tigers. 2 outs in the inning for Leah Lewis. Lewis is 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts against Bruder. And the first pitch off the plate outside, the ball snuck away from Rydell, but not far enough for Tulenchek to try and race home. 1 ball, no strikes to Lewis. See if Lewis can come around on one here. 379 hitter entering play today. Here's the pitch from Bruder, and that one off the plate, low and outside, and that's kind of the key. I think that's where the first 2 at-bats, Lewis was chasing those a little bit. Come to the plate, some good discipline here, and it's 2-0. Here's the pitch from Bruder, and that one just above the zone. Close, 3-0, Lewis way in front. So Tulenchek at third. In an 11-3 game, PRB Tigers looking for anything, and now here's one hitter right in the left knee, and so even though it would have been a walk, she's gonna kind of take it the hard way. First hit batter by Bristol Bruder. They're gonna check, make sure Lewis is fine. Home plate umpire. And now Jeff Myers is going to take a timeout for Browerville-Eagle Valley. You know, with a big lead, just trying to make sure everybody, I think, knows their assignments. Runners are at the corners. Be aware of any trickery or anything that the Tigers for PRB. I don't know if you'd really see any. There's 2 outs. You don't want to get too cute, especially if you do still want that comeback opportunity. But Coach Myers just making sure his players know, hey, look, you got to force that first and second. Take whatever's easiest. Don't panic. You got a big lead, but you got to also stay focused. And sometimes that's the key. 11-3 the score. Bottom 6. Pine River-Backus came back and beat Lake of the Woods 7-5 in their first game today. McGregor at Ogilvie on yourliveevent.com. Ogilvie won the first meeting 15-0 in 4 innings. Left-handed batting, Autumn Burns steps in 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. Everybody's ready. Bruder, the wine and the fire, swinging a fly short center. Tough play running in and making the catch right on the edge of the grass. Ava Lawrence, the senior second baseman, with a great stretched out grab right on the center field grass. Makes the catch to end the inning. Pine River-Backus gets one across on a pair of hits in the bottom of the 6th. No errors and 2 runners left on base. We will head to the 7th inning here in Pine River. It is Browerville-Eagle Valley 11, Pine River-Backus 3. Coverage today brought to you in part by Plumbing Etc. in Pine River, Sherwood Florist and Garden Center in Pine River, and 218 Fitness in Pine River. We're back with the 7th inning here on yourliveevent.com.
is ready to serve you with any excavation project. Shrump Excavating provides residential and commercial new construction site prep, demolition, road and driveway construction, basement septic system design and installation, stump or brush removal, and delivery of sand, gravel, rock, dirt, and more. 42 years and still digging it right. Shrump Excavating will have your project done right and on time, serving Pine River-Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Shrump Excavating LLC. Online at shrumpexcavating.com.
Tomorrow is happening.
We head to the top of the 7th inning. Browerville-Eagle Valley with an 8-run advantage. 11-3. 8-9-1 due up in both halves of the inning. Abby Gilbert will face Bella Berg to lead off, followed by Madison Brown and Bristol Bruder. And the first pitch, a swing and a fly left side, and that is just inside the line. Fair ball left field. Berg, a big round of first. The ball thrown in, gets away, and she'll take second base on the error. Autumn Burns threw it in, and it was low, intended for Sawyer Tulenchek. It'll be a single to lead off. And then the error allows her to go to second. 10th hit of the day for Browerville-Eagle Valley, the 6th fielding error on Pine River-Backus. And runner at second for Madison Brown. 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. First pitch upstairs. Riley snares it. It's 1-0. Brown a bunt single in the first, an RBI single, and a run scored in the third. She grounded out to Burns, trying to bunt her way on in the 5th. Nobody out. Runner at second. Browerville-Eagle Valley up by 8. The pitch from Gilbert. Swing and a miss. 1-1. PRB Tigers will have 8-9-1 due up in the bottom half of the inning with Mills, Rugroden, and Eveland. Browerville-Eagle Valley with a big lead and looking for a little more. Here's the square up by Brown. Pulls it back as the pitch is low. Riley dug it out of the dust. It's 2-1. Browerville-Eagle Valley looking for win number 8 on the year and 5 of their last 6. Here's Brown squaring up again. The pitch, she bunts it, and it's back spinning behind the plate. Foul. 2-2 to the senior center fielder. Two balls, 2 strikes. Bella Berg leading off with a single. Advanced to second on an errant throw. Brown was trying to move her up or bunt for a single. Here's the pitch. Here's a swing and a foul straight back. We'll do it again. And Brown's single in the third, that RBI single. Even though she's bunted her other 2 times at the plate, it was a sharp single. Got the bat around really nice. Just shot it right back up the middle. Gilbert ready, Riley ready. Here's the pitch, and that one off the plate, and the count is full. This Browerville-Eagle Valley team, only 2 seniors in their starting batting order. 3 overall with the flex player at second base. Here's the payoff pitch, and that one in tight, and a called strike 3. Brown kind of leaned back, but it was a called strike 3 on the upper part of the zone. For Gilbert, that is her first strikeout in this one. 1 away for Bristol Bruder at the top. Again, it's 0 for 3, but she has 3 runs scored. Runner at second with 1 out, and the first pitch, swinging a drive to the right side, tailing and foul, strike 1. With a right-handed batter, that one soaring over the chalk line. 0-1 to the sophomore Bruder. Berg at second, an 11-3 lead for Browerville-Eagle Valley here in the top of the 7th. Here's the 0-1 and a half swing, foul that one, and it's caught by Lewis. Good hustle by Aaliyah Lewis. That one to get another one really kind of tough to read off the bat. It was in fair territory, 2 down. That brings up Miley Rydell, 0 for 3 with a run. At second base, Bella Berg led off with a single, advanced on an error. Here's the pitch, swinging a fly to right. Mills heading back. Mills, that's over her head. Berg will come in to score for the second time, heading around second, on her way to third. It's going to be an RBI triple for Miley Rydell, her first hit of the game, as she delivers a big one. She's at third with 2 outs as it's now 12-3 Browerville-Eagle Valley. And we're going to have a courtesy runner for Rydell here at this point, as Bria Line will come in and run for Miley Rydell, who just delivered an RBI triple to put Browerville-Eagle Valley up 12-3 with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Here's Allison Sabula, who is 4 for 4 with 5 RBIs. For the runner at third, the pitch from Gilbert, and it's a called strike on the outer edge, 0-1. Sabula had 2 singles and a double in her first 3 at-bats, driving in 5 total runs. With 2 outs, Gilbert delivers a swing and a pop-up left side. Chulinchek, she'll make the catch, and for the first time today, Allison Sabula is retired, as is the side. 1 run in for Browerville-Eagle Valley in the top of the 7th inning. On a pair of hits, 1 Pine River-Backus error, and 1 runner left on base. Last chance for the PRB Tigers, and they need a big comeback. It is 12-3 Browerville-Eagle Valley on yourliveevent.com.
Today, more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. That's why Enbridge is advancing new technologies to reduce emissions, like carbon capture and hydrogen power. By putting in the work today, we're bridging to a cleaner energy future. Tomorrow is on. Enbridge. Life takes energy.
Restock on food, fuel, and bait at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 is stocked with bait, tackle, and snacks for your fishing excursions, quality Cenex gasoline, and off-road diesel. Their inside and outside car washes are open. Make sure to stop by to keep your car shining bright in the sun. Don't forget your fishing and hunting license. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
Hannikin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's radio coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Pierce, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
We go to the bottom of the 7th inning, and Browerville-Eagle Valley has decided to make a pitching change with a comfortable lead, as Bristol Bruder, the sophomore, pulled after 6 innings, and freshman Samantha Earlbeck will come in to face 8, 9, and 1 for the PRB lineup, and the first pitch is in for a strike on Brooklyn Mills, 0-1. Mills is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop-out today. 12-3 Browerville-Eagle Valley. The pitch from Earlbeck, a swing and a fly center field, running in Madison Brown, lines it up, makes the catch, and there's 1 away. Just a little bit too high as that one hung up for Brown to camp out underneath. One other change for Browerville-Eagle Valley is Allie Bartles, the freshman designated player, is now in that second base in the field as Shannon Rugroden steps in, takes a ball high from Earlbeck. Rugroden 0 for 2 against Bruder with a pair of strikeouts. Nobody on, 1 away, bottom 7, and that one in for a strike, 1-1. Browerville-Eagle Valley closes it out. We'll head to that post-game recap, notes, numbers, and awards. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch, a swing and a miss. Rugroden reaching a little bit for that one. And this young freshman, Earlbeck, coming in, throwing strikes for the Browerville-Eagle Valley Tigers. Here comes the pitch, and a half swing, but a called strike 3. I think she checked it, called strike 3 anyway, as Earlbeck gets a punch out. And there's 2 away to the top of the order, Leah Eveland. PRB Tigers Now they're final out. First pitch, Evelyn shoots one through the left side for a base hit. Evelyn's first hit. Oh, and she is aggressive. 4 at-bats. She has seen a total of 6 pitches. She wastes no time up there. She's on board with 2 outs for Kaylee Johnson, who's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored back in the first. 2 away in the bottom of the 7th. Browerville-Eagle Valley with a 12-3 lead. The pitch from Earlbeck. Upstairs, ball 1. 6 innings for Bristol Bruder. 3 runs, all earned on 3 hits, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. And 1 hit batter. Johnson takes one up high, and it's 2-0. And both these teams back at it tomorrow. Pine River-Backus versus LaPorte. Browerville-Eagle Valley versus Swanville. Here's a 2-0, and that one low. That one landed right behind the plate. Rydell, the toss to Earlbeck gets away, but Evelyn's not going anywhere. Standing at first after the 2-out single. 3-0 to Kaylee Johnson. Earlbeck ready. Here it is, and she swings and lines one to right for a base hit. Evelyn gets to second hustling. Back-to-back singles as Kaylee Johnson keeps the inning going and keeps hope, the shred of hope, alive for Pine River-Backus. Here's Caitlin Riley. She has yet to be retired. She is 2 for 2. RBI triple in the first, a walk in the third, a single in the sixth. She has scored twice. 2 on, 2 out. And the pitch, swinging a bouncer, and that one off the glove of the third baseman. No play, everybody's safe. That one was toward the line, trying to backhand it was Olivia Brown. That's going to be a base hit for Riley, her 3rd of the day. 12-3 Browerville-Eagle Valley. But now Pine River-Backus. And a force anywhere for Browerville-Eagle Valley. Here's Ariana Burns, who is 0 for 2 with a sac fly RBI in the first. With 2 away, here's the pitch, and it's down low, smothered by Rydell. It's 1-0. Not to say it wouldn't get exciting here if Burns gets a hold of one. But still an awfully long way to go for Pine River-Backus. Here is the pitch, and that's a called strike. 1-1. Sawyer Tulinchuk would be next. Evelyn at third, Johnson at second, Riley at first. Here's the 1-1 from Earlbeck. Swinging a bouncer through the left side. That's a base hit, and now it's going to go underneath the glove of Berg in left. 2 runs are in. Coming around is Riley. She will score. That'll be an RBI single for Burns. And then Johnson and Riley come in on the error. Burns ends up at second on the error. And here we go, folks, as the Pine River-Backus Tigers now make it 12-6, and Sawyer Tulinchuk steps in. Here's the pitch, and the first pitch up high from Earlbeck. You know, for the young freshman, just a chance to go in and, you know, as a coach probably would say, look, you just throw strikes, stay calm. They got 2 quick outs. Now 4 straight hits by the PRB Tigers. And now here's a swing and a foul back from Tulinchuk, 1-1. Tulinchuk delivered an RBI triple last inning. Reached on an error in the first. She is officially 1 for 3 with an RBI. Ariana Burns at second. 2 away. The pitch, swinging a pop-up right behind the second base bag. Madison Brown coming in from center field. She will make the catch, and that will close this one out today. Pine River-Backus able to scratch across a few runs here in the bottom of the 7th. 3 runs on 4 hits, all with 2 outs. There was 1 error. 1 of the 3 runs were earned, and there was 1 runner left on base. This one is a final, as in the first meeting that we have seen between these 2 clubs, Browerville-Eagle Valley gets the victory 12-6. Post-game recap begins next. It is high school softball here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like the PRB Activities page on Facebook for information on Booster Club events and fundraisers. The Booster Club could use your help with great events and fundraisers, all giving back to the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information, email prboosterclub, @gmail.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month, 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Booster Club and all its members.
Great people, economic viability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools offers a variety of community education programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community. Making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family, prbschools.org.
More big news from Wides Major Appliance in Brainerd. Wides announces a new line to offer you. Now, stop in to see the incredible line of appliances from Speed Queen. Speed Queens are tested to last 25 years, offers warranties up to 7 years parts and labor, and is the recommended brand by most service people. With Speed Queen and Crosley, plus service, parts, and used appliances, Wides is your one-stop appliance shop for major appliances without the major price. See Wides Major Appliance on Oak Street in Brainerd.
Save on your groceries and gas each week just by shopping at your locally owned Pequot Lake Super Value on Patriot Avenue in Pequot Lakes. Pequot Lake Super Value offers simple and convenient curbside pickup. Order online at shop.pequotlakesupervalue.com. We shop for you and you simply pick them up at our front door. Save on gas too, earning 10 cents of savings on gas for every $100 spent on groceries. For quality service and freshness, shop Pequot Lake Super Value. Good luck, area teams. There's way more than bowling at Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River. Community Bowl and Pizzeria serves the best pizza in the Lakes area. Or feast on burgers, great appetizers, huge calzones, hoagies, and wings. They invite you to bring the whole family in for a great time. Open bowling offered 7 days a week. Ask about joining a league. Moonlight Bowling is every Saturday evening. Ask about group rates, birthday parties, and other specials at Community Bowl and Pizzeria, downtown Pine River, 218-587-3100.
Shrub.
We welcome you back to Pine River. Final score of this one, Browerville-Eagle Valley 12, Pine River-Backus 6. Browerville-Eagle Valley now 8-4 on the season. Pine River-Backus falls to 6-8. Browerville-Eagle Valley got things going right away with 5 runs in the first inning on 3 hits. Want to come over now, Ben? Caitlin, please. So Coach Kinzer going to get us some interviews early on, and there's Ben. She's right there. And so a 12-6 win for Browerville-Eagle Valley in this first meeting between these two clubs. Don't give me that face. Hey, you're awfully dusty. We're going to talk to our star of the game, which is brought to you by Pine River, or Hugo's Pine River Family Market. And Caitlin Riley is the star of the game for Pine River-Backus in this one. I mean, it's tough to lose, but was it fun getting a little dirty out there today?
Yeah, and it was fun having like a little comeback.
Yeah, and of course, it's a matchup that was really kind of brand new. These two teams hadn't really faced each other.
Yep.
They got on you right away. You guys had the comeback win in the first game. So when they got the early lead, was the confidence shaken at all, or did you know, like, we're going to have a chance, you just got to stay with it?
Yeah, I feel like we just had to be loud, and we had to keep the positive attitude up, so we at least give us a shot for our comeback, and we just got to make it fun. Like, it can go by like that.
With obviously you have the toughest job, I think, sometimes as the catcher. You're calling the game, and especially with 2 games today, and it's the first day that it was kind of hot. Did it get tiring out there? Did you feel like was it getting a little bit rough towards the end? Just that the temperatures were a little bit so much hotter today than we've been playing all year.
Yeah, a little bit, but I gotta push for my team, do everything for the team.
Oh, that's awesome. With the comeback, because you had the first one, in the second one, when you started getting the hits together,
yeah,
we've seen big comebacks happen, and they put a new pitcher in. Did you, was that something where as that mindset, you're like, you know what, you just got to go out there and let it rip?
Right. Yeah.
So
I agree.
with this matchup now, you got busy weeks ahead.
Yep.
Coach Kinzer told me before that he kind of has a feeling that this team, you're on the cusp of kind of breaking through, stringing together a good finish to the season. As one of the leaders, you're one of the most experienced players out there, Kaylin. How do you feel about getting the split today and where this team is going?
I feel like we always have to have a positive mindset. Like, we can't show it to other girls, otherwise it'll bring the rest of the team down. So, yeah.
You're just going to keep fighting, aren't you?
Yeah.
I bet your parents are going to love watching that uniform today.
Oh, that's all Kinzer.
That's all Kinzer.
Yeah.
That's right. Give it to him. That's great. Kaylin, I love watching how you play. I always love watching your hustle. Good job out there, and good luck the rest of the way. We'll hopefully see you soon.
Yep.
Kaylin Riley is our star of the game from Hugo's Family Marketplace in Pine River. There you go. Don't forget that. We'll see you later. And, head coach Ben Kinzer for the PRB Tigers is going to join us now. And I think it's interesting because I made sure to ask you. It's a hot day. Really kind of the first one, and you said you were a little bit concerned with fatigue. So I kind of asked Caitlin in the sense of how she felt about it, but I didn't really get a sense that the girls were getting tired out there. What was it like in the dugout, especially with the sun kind of beaming down on you in game 2?
Well, it was certainly warm. I do want to give a shout out to our athletic trainer, Donovan, was bringing water in.
I saw that.
For both teams, and Browerville was very appreciative of that too. He did a great job, and I felt like it was starting to try to get to them, but they were picking each other up, trying to fight through that. And I told them in our post game here that, this is what we're gonna have. This is what we're gonna have come section time. We're gonna have to play 2 games in a day, and it's gonna be warm. So
obviously, it's such a great comeback win in the first game, and especially in those middle innings, the offense was having a tough time against the sophomore they were throwing. What were the conversations like? What were the girls telling you about what they were seeing from her?
They thought she was fairly hittable. They just had to kind of get in their own way or get out of their own way and start, sitting on the ball. We were a little bit ahead of the pitch the whole time. And so we kind of made some adjustments, moving up in the box and doing some stuff like that, and just kind of letting the ball travel a little bit more. And but I thought she pitched well. She was right around the zone all day. And, we got down a little bit early, and that kind of took us. So.
And of course defensively, and I think when you look at the game of with these spring sports, baseball and softball, where the errors are taken advantage of, that can hurt. And Browerville-Eagle Valley was able to do that. They took advantage of some miscues. What do you continue to do defensively with this team to really shore that up as you get to this back part of the season?
Absolutely. It's just reps for us. And, this is where it gets tough in the season because we end up with one or none, no practices in a week or something like that. So we try to get some work in the mornings before school, even on game days sometimes. So especially on a Monday, when we try and keep the rust off a little bit and just get everybody back together as a team. But it's just, we're learning on the fly, trying to explain, make sure that we're communicating clearly what we want to do, where we need to throw the ball, and picking each other up when we do make those mistakes. Try not to let one turn into 2 or 3. And it still does from time to time, but it's gotten a lot better.
Well, and again, if nothing else, we finally had a day. I mean, we're talking about how it was warm and kind of hot for the girls, but let's face it, we've been waiting for this weather. So you get 2 today. You've got a busy week. I know you want to get those girls out of here and get them rested, Coach. It was sure fun to sit out here, enjoy a beautiful day at the ball field. We wish you the best luck, and we'll see you again soon, Ben.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Devin.
Ben Kinzer, head coach for the PRB Tigers. As we will break, Browerville-Eagle Valley gets the victory 12-6 today here on yourliveevent.com.
Is ready to serve you with any excavation project. Shrump Excavating provides residential and commercial new construction site prep, demolition, road and driveway construction, basement septic system design and installation, stump or brush removal, and delivery of sand, gravel, rock, dirt, and more. 42 years and still digging it right. Shrump Excavating will have your project done right and on time. Serving Pine River-Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Shrump Excavating LLC. Online at shrumpexcavating.com.
Tomorrow is happening right now. Today, more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. That's why Enbridge is advancing new technologies to reduce emissions, like carbon capture and hydrogen power. By putting in the work today, we're bridging to a cleaner energy future. Tomorrow is on. Enbridge. Life takes energy.
Restock on food, fuel, and bait at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 is stocked with bait, tackle, and snacks for your fishing excursions, quality Cenex gasoline, and off-road diesel. Their inside and outside car washes are open. Make sure to stop by to keep your car shining bright in the sun. Don't forget your fishing and hunting license. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
Hannikin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's radio coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Pierce, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
We are back here on YourLiveEvent.com. Devin Kruger with you as our final today, Browerville-Eagle Valley 12 and Pine River-Backus 6. Our post-game award winners are joining us for the Browerville-Eagle Valley Tigers. First up is our big deal for today's game, senior shortstop Allison Sabula. 4 for 5 at the plate. I noticed a lot of opposite field hits. Is that something that you work on, Allison?
Not really. This ball goes where the ball goes off the bat.
Oh, well, sometimes, and that's all right. I mean, obviously in that number 3 spot, you guys got off to a fast start. Is that something that when this team is clicking, have you guys had that capability through the year?
Yeah, that's something we try to do right away, get out there. So if they end up scoring some points that we're still up there, we try to jump out right away. Yeah. 5
RBIs. When you get those opportunities, obviously the players, the batters in front of you, they're doing their job. They're getting on base. When you know those opportunities are there to drive runs in, do you look for anything in particular at the plate?
Just try to get them in, get points, yeah.
As a senior leader on a team that has a lot of youth, how have you taken to that leadership role, and what do you try to bring every day to this Tigers team?
Try to bring energy, make sure everyone's upbeat, get them ready. If they need help, help them, and just try to be a leader for them since we're so young and stuff like that, yeah.
But now you've won 5 of your last 6, and this is a program that has seen good success. Does it have kind of the feeling that certain parts of this group are really coming together as you're into the second half of the season?
Yeah, we started off a little rough, but now we're clicking more, and we're starting to get up there and winning our games, and it's becoming more fun. Beginning a little frustrating, but now that we're clicking, it's becoming more fun, and overall, just a fun team to be around.
Well, we know that wins always make it more fun. You guys are on a nice little streak. Really fun. I mean, outstanding day at the plate and out there today, Allison. Congratulations on your award and a great day.
Thank you.
Allison Sabula, our big deal of the game. We'll get the sponsors during the next segment. She's going to pass the mic to our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game. That's going to be a sophomore pitcher, Bristol Bruder, got the start. Want to talk about the batting first, batting leadoff. You're a sophomore. What does Coach Myers work with you? What is the conversations like about that the importance of the leadoff batter and getting on base by any means possible?
I'm not going to know what to say. Yeah.
Was that new for her?
Well, I did it once. This is my second time doing
Second time doing leadoff?
Different, yeah.
Okay. Well, you got the job done today. One of the things that is kind of a simple part of the game, but the importance of running things out. Twice you got on with errors. Is that something that just as a team you guys work on, is just making sure that all-out hustle is there every play?
I would say, yeah.
With your pitching, let's switch it over to in the circle. 6 strong innings, and you were really in a groove. How good did you feel out there today?
I felt pretty good. I mean, here and there iffy, but pretty good.
And of course, we don't cover your team a whole lot. So, is this her first year, second year in the circle? Talk about your experience.
This is my second year. Well, second year on varsity, but
okay.
I think I started in 4th, 5th grade pitching. And then I kind of just went with the flow and kept going.
From being your second year on varsity, where do you think have been the biggest areas of growth in your pitching?
Probably my accuracy. a lot of my accuracy. Way more strikes from this year than last year.
Well, it certainly showed a nice job. I mean, 8 strikeouts, and we know that it can, sometimes as a pitcher, you get in that groove, you can frustrate the other team's hitters. It seemed like you did that all around. A really nice job, Bristol. And and I asked Allison kind of the same question. How do you feel about the direction that this Tigers team is going right now?
I think good, but yeah, we got some problems here and there, but we're working on them.
Well, if you can keep putting together wins, that'll help the sum too. So
yeah.
No, Bristol, really fun, nice job. I was impressed with how you're able to control things out there in the circle. Good job and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
That's Bristol Bruder, our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game. And Coach Jeff Myers is going to be here. We're going to get the girls hooked up with their teachers. We'll talk with the head coach next as Browerville-Eagle Valley gets the 12-6 win here on yourliveevent.com.
Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like the PRB Activities page on Facebook for information on Booster Club events and fundraisers. The Booster Club could use your help with great events and fundraisers, all giving back to the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information, email prboosterclub1@gmail.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month, 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Booster Club and all its members.
I'm sure they're convinced on that one, Jeff. We're back on yourliveevent.com. Jeff Myers, head coach for Browerville-Eagle Valley, is now joining us. Coach, obviously I want to start with the fast start. With Pine River-Backus playing a game before, I always think these types of situations are kind of, they're interesting because they played a game, they're hyped up, they had a comeback win. You're coming in and you're fresh, you don't have to worry about like the fatigue, you're ready to go. How important did you feel a fast start could be for your team?
Well, that's funny you mentioned that because we came in and Coach and I looked at each other before the game and we kind of thought we were a little flat, and we really stressed the importance of jumping on them early. Scoring runs, we say when we're the visitors, we get to bat first. It's so important to put some runs on the board, or at least put some pressure on the defense in those early innings.
And of course, you get that lead, and I know that in a lot of instances, that can help your pitcher get into a relaxed mode. Bristol gave up the couple runs in the first inning, but then she was just cruising, and then one hit ball through 5 innings. Talk about what you saw from her and how important that is to your success continuing on.
Yeah, she said it. She kind of came out here early in the game, and she struggled a little bit with control the first inning or two. After that, she kind of found her groove, and she pounded that outside part of the strike zone pretty hard the rest of the game. When she's hitting those spots, anybody who's hitting their spots like that, that's tough for an offense to hit.
In the batting department, when you look at the top of the order, and especially with Bristol in the number 1 spot, Allison in the number 3 spot, obviously Elsie in the 4th spot got a couple of hits. You told me about how much you've had to juggle your lineup this year, so there's been no consistency. Do you at least know you have a few pieces that you can put in those places in the batting order and that you can count on them in a game like today?
Yeah, like I said before the game, we've had 12 different lineups so far this year. In fact, she's batting in the 4th spot tonight. Didn't even start the year on our varsity first 3 or 4 games. So she came in. She's done a great job along with a lot of the other girls in our lineup. And I really feel like we could have anybody hitting in the top of our lineup on any given day. We try to tend to usually give it to our seniors, juniors, our upperclassmen, because they've had the most experience. But like I said, we've had girls that kind of stepped up on any given game here, so that's nice to see.
Well, and then you have the senior Madison down at that number 9 spot, and clearly with some good speed. You had her try to bunt her way on. One time it was good, and one time it was unsuccessful. But I always like asking coaches' philosophies, because when I see that you have a senior leader in that spot, I've seen coaches try to have a really good batter at the bottom of the order to help in those certain innings where it comes up to set that table for the top. Is that part of what you do with your lineup, Jeff?
Yeah, 9 spot is kind of like our second leadoff. It's
sure
we don't stick like our worst hitter down there or anything. Maddie's she started off the year. She's again another one who kind of struggled to start the year off, but found her. We put her in that 9 spot, and she just kind of has run with it. She had the 2 bunts, but she also had the really good 2-strike swing to base hit up the middle there. And we really stressed 2-strike hitting and changing the approach. And she shortened up her swing and drilled one back up the middle. And love to see that as a coach.
Real quick for that final inning, you have the big lead. You put a freshman out there in Samantha Earlbeck. I had 85 pitches for Bruder. Now, of course, in softball, the pitch count doesn't matter as much. But what went into that decision for getting her some varsity time today?
Well, it's basically looking at the rest of our week. We got 4 more games. We got a game Tuesday. We got 1 more game Thursday. We got 2 games on Friday. Just trying to save some juice for the rest of the week. We're confident Samantha, she comes in, she's come in a couple times for us and closed games out, throws strikes, lets her defense play, and that's what she did tonight.
All right, well, congratulations on a really nice win in this. What we think is the first ever meeting between these two Tigers teams on the softball field, but fun to watch your team, Jeff, and we wish you the best of luck.
Sounds good. Appreciate you.
Jeff Myers, head coach for the Browerville-Eagle Valley Tigers with the 12-6 victory today. We'll do a quick run-through of the stats, and we'll wrap it up from Pine River after this on yourliveevent.com.
Economic viability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools offers a variety of community education programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community. Making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family, prbschools.org.
Welcome back to OnYourLiveEvent.com. Want to mention our thanks to our big deal sponsors, which include Tykes Carpet Castle in Brainerd, Shannon's Auto Body in Brainerd, Liljenquist Sewer and Excavating out of Aiken, Atwater Chevrolet GMC in Aiken, Riverwood Healthcare Centers, The Pizza Ranch in Baxter and Little Falls, W.W. Thompson Concrete Products of Brainerd, Von Hansen's Meat Market in Baxter, Wide's Major Appliance in Brainerd, Donlinger Automotive in Brainerd, BigDealAuctions.com, and Cuyuna Regional Medical Center. They sponsor our Big Deal Award, which, of course, was won by Allison Sabula. And then, of course, our I Bring the Energy Award is brought to you by Enbridge. 12-6 the final here. Devin Kruger with you on yourliveevent.com. Let's take you through the final numbers for this one. In the pitching department, taking the loss today for Pine River-Backus was Ariana Burns. Went 2 1/3, allowed 10 runs, 7 earned on 5 hits, 5 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Abby Gilbert came in, went the rest of the way, 4 2/3, and she ended up giving up 2 runs, both earned on 6 hits without a walk and 1 strikeout. Picking up the win for Browerville-Eagle Valley, Bristol Bruder, 85 pitches, 6 innings, 3 runs, all earned on 3 hits, walked 2 and struck out 8. And then again, wrapping it up, Samantha Earlbeck, the freshman, 1 inning, allowed 3 runs, 1 earned on 4 hits, and 1 strikeout. In the hitting department for Pine River-Backus, 6 runs on 7 hits. They had 6 errors in the field. They left 5 runners stranded on base. Lee Evelyn was 1 for 4 with a run scored. Kaylee Johnson was 1 for 3. She scored twice. Caitlin Riley, 3 for 3 with a triple, an RBI, and 3 runs scored. Ariana Burns was 1 for 3 with a pair of RBIs. Sawyer Tulinchek, 1 for 4 with a triple and a run scored. Aaliyah Lewis went 0 for 2. Autumn Burns was 0 for 3. Brooklyn Mills 0 for 3. And Shannon Rugroden was 0 for 3. 6 runs on 7 hits for Pine River-Backus. For Browerville-Eagle Valley, 12 runs on 11 hits, 2 errors in the field, 6 runners left on base. Bristol Bruder at the top of the order, 0 for 4 with 3 runs scored. So he was on base 3 times, came around to score all 3 times. Miley Rydell was 1 for 4 with an RBI triple. Allison Sabiola, 4 for 5 with a double. 5 runs batted in today for the BEV Tigers, and she scored twice. Elsie Puck, 2 for 4 with a run scored. Lydia Reed was 0 for 3. Olivia Brown was 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Allie Bartles was 0 for 2 with a pair of walks and a run. Bella Berg was 1 for 3 with a pair of runs scored, and Madison Brown was 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Browerville-Eagle Valley, 12 runs on 11 hits. With the win, Browerville-Eagle Valley goes to 8-4 on the season. Pine River-Backus with the loss goes to 6-8. Both are in action tomorrow. For upcoming broadcast schedule for PRB fans, we'll have baseball tomorrow as the Tiger Boys take on McGregor, and the pregame is set for 4:15 right here on yourliveevent.com. You can check out our full broadcast schedule plus our spring sports guidebook. Head to rjbroadcasting.com. From Pine River, I'm Devin Kruger. Thank you for joining us again. Thanks to all of our PRB sponsors throughout the season. Big thanks to Paul Learned for covering the first game today here in Pine River, where the girls defeated Lake of the Woods 7-5. And we bid you a good, beautiful Monday evening in the Lakes area and beyond. Final score today, Browerville-Eagle Valley 12, Pine River-Backus 6, as we wrap things up and send you on your way. I'm Devin Kruger. Let's do this again.